the former President Goodluck Jonathan is trying to make a
at
comeback
the First Republic,
as a
and there was
Nigerian
military
who
intervention. What the military
witnessed
officer
his
said
time in
was
office
corruption.
and everything
When
that
we
he
had the
did.
Second Republic,
Whether what do you think about it? Do you
the
think he
same
should
story.
come back?
When
Do you
the Second
think
Republic
he has
collapsed,
passed, he should forget
what the
about
military
it
officer said was
and
because
focus
of
on other
corruption.
things and be a
So if there's a
statesman?
major change
Just
in
what the
government
conversation
where
is. So if
one,
you want to be part of
one
it, please do
political
request for the
party
mic and we would
is taking
bring you up
over
as I
power
pass the
from
mic to
another one,
Mr.
there must
King.
be issues
King,
that
good
will be
evening and thank
raised.
you for joining us.
Yes, I cannot say
Good evening, Mindset, and good evening,
the country from
everybody
beginning
listening.
of our independence
Good morning,
that
good afternoon,
there
wherever
was
you
no
are.
corruption. Yes, there has been corruption.
The first thing I
And
want to
I
say
did
is,
very
yeah,
well
he has the
also
right
to
to
curtail
contest
corruption.
again,
My approach
but I
to
don't think he
corruption was
should.
don't make money
And
available
I'm
for
not even
anybody
sure
to
he
touch.
would win.
Just like
And the reason I made those
the
two
speech I presented today,
statements
we
is
made sure
because,
that the
one,
area of
when
fertilizer
we
subsidies
look at the way
we clean
Nigeria
up,
is
and
now,
the whole corruption
due
there
to the
was
failed
removed. It
state
has
of
been
Nigeria,
routine.
every government seems to be worse than their predecessor. So I don't want to use the word nostalgia, but because these things are based on fact. Life was easier during Jonathan and so on. So these things are okay. Let's bring out the past guys. It's the same mentality that allowed Buhari, at least to some extent, to become the president again. So I don't think that mindset is appropriate. Secondly, I don't think he also has the political leverage to bring back the system that he had during his tenure. Because where Nigerians got it wrong, in my opinion, was that Obasanjo came, Yaradua came, Jonathan came. There was a continuation. The 7-point agenda of Yaradua, Jonathan continued it. The best thing would have been okay, regardless, despite all the security issues and corruption with some of the people in his cabinet in his first term, if Nigerians had invested a little bit of faith in him to continue, perhaps Nigeria would be much better today. But that breakage of continuation, it has happened. Now, if he comes back, I don't think he has the political leverage because he needs to get enough elite to consolidate power. And as we speak now, nobody has such power in Nigeria beside Tinubu. It's just a fact, in my opinion. So him coming back, I don't know, man. I don't think it will be the best thing because the time to accumulate the power necessary to do something tangible and effect a very noticeable change is going to be very difficult. Now, even if, let's say, he spent 4 years and set some foundation, does he also have enough political leverage to get someone in for continuation of whatever foundation that he lays down? That's another question. And looking at how the political stage is now, I think him getting on that stage might be distraction to people who are already, at least on the opposition side, to people who are already on that stage. That's my opinion basically on the thing. I don't think it's the best thing, but of course he's eligible, he has the right. But yeah, I don't think it's the best thing for Nigerians because the power is not within his hands at the moment, which is the ability to determine outcomes. So I don't. It's very far the way I see it. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. King, for your submission. Now, you spoke about the 7-point agenda that started with the former president, former president Olusegun Obasanjo, and to the late Yaradua, and then to Goodluck Jonathan. And you do not think that there's going to be a continuity because we had the late Buhari, then we have Tinubu, who, in your own opinion, has really messed the whole thing up. So then, wouldn't it be a good thing to have somebody who have an idea what that 7-point agenda is, even if it means he can, try as much as he could to change the narrative, try as much as he could then to say, okay, it's not going to be perfect because there's been a breach somewhere, right? But I'm going to use the idea that I had before to make things a little bit better. Don't you think that would be the right thing to do? Because he has had experience. He's been there before. He knows how he managed the economy. He knows how he managed the people around him. Don't you think that would be a good thing, sir?
Oh, definitely, I agree with you. That would be a very positive thing. In fact, it might be the best thing. But him getting there is the problem. And I don't think he possesses the temperament. It doesn't appear like the man who possesses the temperament to do whatever is necessary to maybe bring or lay the foundation to go back to something similar to that. I don't see him as that man that will break some eggs to make an omelette, so to speak. So it's also that, right? So to bring him back, yeah, it could be a good thing. I think it's a great idea if if he decide to run. Ah, but there's the time and what's everything that had happened, and knowing the type of man he is, he will want to be gentle, but except if he had changed, we don't know. Yeah, I think let's just see people who might have been in it for the past 2 or at least 4 years who have been dealing with the APC. Maybe they should go and let's see what they have to offer. However, if they drop and they support him, all this Atiku and everybody else, I think that would be a good thing. But he doesn't have them in his chamber, so to speak. So that's why I said because the elite cannot be shoved aside. He must have that political leverage. Those political elite, he must have enough of them as well. And as it stands now, I'm afraid I don't believe he can even pull it off. It will be more of a distraction.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Eze. That's Mr. Eze's opinion. Please, if you disagree with Mr. Eze or you would like to be part of the conversation or you agree with him, request for the mic and we would bring you up to be part of the conversation. As I pass the mic to Big Sam. Big Sam, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, man's head. Good evening, everybody. In my own opinion, unlike what King said, I don't think Jonathan will come back. That is the job. All these things are odd. But in every rumor, there is a truth. But I don't think that Jonathan will come back to run for president again. My reasons are three. One, international recognition. Two, integrity. And another thing, you can see that Nigeria is being messed up. Nigeria is being messed up from what they built far back, starting from Obasanjo, Yaradua, and Jonathan. Looking at what Buhari and Tinubu just did, they left the foundation being laid and start doing different things. The country is being damaged. But I didn't see Jonathan coming back. And another thing is that if Jonathan is running, decide, yes, I want to join the coalition to run, or he want to run in another party, you can know that Jonathan and Obi has a relationship far back, even when he was a vice president. So there is no way two of them can run in the same election. It can't be. It can't happen. It can't happen. That is my own submission. But I didn't see Jonathan coming back. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Sam, for your submission. One thing about politicians is that the way they reason is different from the way we reason, right? I'm just saying this to say because of just to make reference to what you said. If there's any possibility that Peter Obi is going to run, then Jonathan might not want to run because of the relationship they have. You might be surprised to know how these guys reason. Right? There's something about power and ambition. When people want power, they don't sometimes they don't care whose horse is God, and they will like to make sure that get there. But thank you for your wonderful submission. Comrade, you did send me a message that you're not able to speak because you're driving. That will come back to you as we wait to see if we do have any more speakers who want to be part of the part of the conversation. Okay, somebody sent something about somebody being attacked. I don't know how to go about this, but if there's any other person that want to be part of the conversation, please request for the mic. The conversation is: there is a rumor that the former president Goodluck Jonathan is coming back in 2027. Do you think he should? Do you think that if you disagree, tell us the reason you disagree. If you agree that that he should be given the opportunity to come back. Tell us the reason you think he should come back. Those that spoke earlier on, a lot of, they disagree. Like Mr. Ike said that there's no need for him to come back because in terms of security, unfortunately, Mr. Ike lost somebody, I think it's in Bauchi. So the whole thing is a little bit too close to him for him, and the wound has not healed. So he felt that Jonathan was not able to defend those people that lost their life. So what is the point of him coming back if he was not able to do those things? But on the other hand, there are people who looked at it from a different angle. This is politics. There are people who will look at it and say, why don't we have him? He will only do 4 years. Then after 4 years, the constitution, is sacrosanct that he's not going to do more than 4 years. So this is politics. So I'm waiting to see if there's any other person who would like to contribute. I can see we have 4 persons requesting for the mic. Unfortunately, as I've always had this problem, I'm not able to bring you up. So if anybody is happy to help us to be a co-host to bring these 4 individuals up, please do request for the mic. Anyone that has not blocked anybody, please, if you want to help to be a co-host, please do request for the mic, and we'll bring you up to help us to bring these individuals up who are still waiting to come on the speaker session. And then, as I'm waiting for someone to help us, let me quickly go back to Big Daddy. Big Daddy, sorry, Daddy B. I call you Big Daddy. I apologize, sir. Daddy B. So you think that there's something happening, right? So what if then he decides to take this ticket and under the coalition? What happens to those who were there before him? How do you think? Do you think he's going to get the same support from some people who formed this coalition and those who were the ones who believe that they should have been given the opportunity? Do you think he's going to get all those supports?
Well, that is yet to be seen. But what I know about politicians, those who are the coalition stakeholders from every region of Nigeria that they were coalescing and discussing, if the rumor we are hearing is true, before a Goodluck Jonathan would be given the ticket, either via a consensus or primaries, to flag the flag of the coalition for the presidential election in 2027, all these stakeholders we're talking about would have been considered. Their input would have been part of the decision to let Goodluck Jonathan have the ticket. He can't get it without their input or their support. If they pick him as the presidential candidate, either after a primary or a consensus, I'm 100% sure they will back him up with all they've got. Because because there's no way he will be the presidential candidate without their input, without their support. But if they consider, because just what you have said, is constitutionally bound to do just one term. So the agitation that he has to be from the South, he has to be from the South. Currently, the only person that is constitutionally bound to do that singular one term without changing minds is Goodluck Jonathan, because the experiences they had with the same Goodluck Jonathan in 2011, that he had an unwritten agreement with the power brokers then to do one term, to run from 2011 to 2015. But power is sweet. He got to a point he can't resist to put his head again in the ring, and he did that. So with that experience they had with him, unfortunately, they don't want to risk anybody, even if you like, take them to the shrine and swear you will do one thing. They won't believe. So the only person they can believe now is Goodluck Jonathan, because he's constitutionally bound to do just one term. No amount of pressure from anybody will make him to do another time, because he's constitutionally constrained to do just one term. So if he speaks as the coalition candidate, I don't see the reason why the coalitors will not back him with their full chest, with their full throats. Once he speaks, they will back him to the fullest.
All right. Thank you very much, Daddy B, for your response to the question. Please, I still believe that somebody out there will want to help to be a co-host. If you don't mind, there are individuals. I will have about 8 requests here. If you don't mind, if you would like to help us to be a co-host to help bring these individuals up, please do request, and then I will gladly make you a co-host to help to bring these persons who would like to be part of the conversation. But Daddy B, let me quickly react to some of the things you say. You see, we've always had this thing about there was this agreement that Goodluck Jonathan will only do 4 years, and then he didn't, do exactly what he said he was going to do. There was no written agreement. I mean, we heard that from the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, who said they agreed. We were not in the meeting. But the only thing that come close to, for people to, that people hold is that when somebody's mic is on, Mr. Ezek, please, sir, can you mute your mic? Thank you. I do, I lost my train of thought. What was I saying again? Gosh. Okay, let's see. So
you are saying about written agreement between them.
thank you. So there was nothing like that. We don't see any document. There was no thing. The only thing that come close to that is when Goodluck Jonathan was in South Africa, that he made mention that the new reforms in the INEC and everything that he's doing, he will not enjoy it because he's not going for another one. That's the way he put it there. And please don't, I'm not quoting him, but these are the kind of things. So with that alone, people felt that he agreed for the 4 years, but there's no document to say that he agreed to the 4 years, right? You can respond to that if you want to, sir. If you want to disagree with myself, I'm quite happy. But I'm looking for to bring quite a number of individuals up. As I wait for them, let me quickly pass the mic to the rest. I can't pronounce this name, please. Permit me, sir. The Drillest. Is that how to pronounce it? The man with Peter Obi's picture. The video movement.
Yes,
okay, good evening,
yes,
sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, sir. How are you doing too?
I'm doing very well. So the question is, we have a rumor that Goodluck Jonathan is coming back. Do you think he should?
Honestly, I just wished it's not the reality on ground, but the rumor, like you said, is actually heating up. I see it as a distraction to Peter Obi's presidency. But I wouldn't want to say much on that till I'm sure within the next few days we'll be certain whether it is a rumor or actually the reality on ground. So for now, please.
Okay, I've just seen your post. You said you wanted to help to be a co-host. I did see that. Is that something you would like to do, sir?
It's okay. As much as I'm still on the space, I could help with that. Yeah, sure.
Okay, thank you very much for accepting to me. I hope you have not blocked anybody, because if you have blocked people, they will kick them out of the space. I hope that has, you're not a type that blocked a lot of people, right?
Of course, I'm not. I said I'm not.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Relax, for helping out. Oh, sorry, what was I was going to pass the mic to you. So those who are requesting for the mic, please, if you don't mind following Mr. Drillest, he would bring you up as a speaker as I pass the mic to Mr. Dennis. Dennis, you have the mic. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Mindsets. Good evening, everyone. So the question is that there's a rumor now that Goodluck may be interested in running again in 2027, isn't it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll just try to keep it short. For me, I don't support the idea, and the reasons are not far-fetched. Goodluck is a gentleman. I had graduated from the university, and I was actively searching for a job during this period. Okay, so I at least I knew much about what was going on. I was also a victim of some of his misgovernance. Although in hindsight we can see that Goodluck performed better than the people who came after him. But this is not to say that everything was all rosy at the time. There were a lot of things that were not going right. And that was why APC was able to ride on it and then rally the people against them. If everything was going, all fine, it would not have been easy for APC to, rally the people against them. Having said that, since he left the political arena, I think he has been, on international duties, maybe working with the United Nations and other African countries. He has been disconnected from the politics in Nigeria, and that is the truth. The last elections in 2023 threw up new dynamics. Peter Obi showed that there's a new demographic in our politics, which is the really young people. So if Goodluck, for example, is going to even stand any chance, for example, to go against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he needs this demography. And this demography is completely locked down for Peter Obi, whether or not you like it. Of course, if Peter Obi, for any reason, decides not to contest in 2027, for example, yes, I consider voting for Goodluck, for example, but I wouldn't go all out. For example, I will not inconvenience myself. I will vote for him if it's convenient for me. Of course, I will choose him any day over Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But if Peter Obi is still in the race, trust me, I'm not touching Goodluck with, a 9-foot pole, for example. People say he's constitutionally bound to do this and do that. Let's take Goodluck out of the equation for a minute. What makes people think that if by any stroke of chance Bola Tinubu wins again, for example, in 2027, he will not try to declare himself life president? And then all this whole permutation of 2031, 2035, or whatever it is, will be completely out of the window. So we have seen in the past few years, for example, that some of these politicians don't take what we call the Constitution very seriously. So it is convenient for people who want to project Goodluck now because they feel it's constitutionally bound. They are not so much concerned about what he's going to be able to achieve in this 4 years term. So just to to summarize everything, I don't support the idea, and I think that Goodluck is smart enough to know this. If he decides to bite, he's going to fail woefully, and it's going to be even more catastrophic for his legacy. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Dennis, for your submission. And before I respond, can you please mute your mic? Sorry, okay. Before I respond to some of the things you said, I wanted to find out how the co-host is doing. Mr. Drilles, how are you getting on? Because there are quite a number of individuals on my DM asking that they have not been brought up.
I have not seen any request from anyone, Mindset. Trust me.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir. So they're saying they have followed you. It makes life a little bit easier if you're able to follow them. If you can see those who have followed you. Okay, so what I would do is, let me quickly ask them, please, those requesting for the mic, can you kindly, if it's yourself to do so, put it on the comment section. So Mr. the co-host will see you and see, you guys, he has to follow, you guys have to follow him. Unfortunately, that's the only way to bring you up. And after the conversation, if you're not comfortable with, whatever he's putting out there, you can unfollow him. But just for you to be able to speak, please do follow the co-host. He would do his best to bring you up and then you can continue where we stop. So Mr. Dennis, thank you very, very much. You talked about the demography of people who support Peter Obi and everything. A lot of young people. No one is going to question that because we saw that in 2023. But we have to understand that this is politics. Now, he did very well in the South. He did, okay in the North. I use the word okay because he wasn't as great as he should be. He was in the South. Now, majority of those clamoring for Goodluck Jonathan are from the North because they are looking at it from that angle. This guy will only do 4 years. There's no question about it. So there is don't you think that it would favor them more politically just to have Goodluck Jonathan than having Peter Obi. Have you looked at it from that angle?
Yeah, you just answered the question. Of course, it favors I wouldn't say the North completely. Those from the North who are pushing this narrative, it favors them. It favors their own political calculation. So in the grand scheme of things, it's not about us Nigerians or about what he's going to be able to achieve in that 4 years. And for me, and I'm sure for many like-minded people also, we don't care about all these permutations. If they throw Goodluck up, for example, of course, they are going to get support from the North. They also need support from the South. Don't forget, when I mentioned Peter Obi, and I'm sure you're familiar with it, there were a lot of people who came out, mobilized other people, used their resources. No other politician has been able to do this. So this is the point. Would Goodluck be able to gather enough momentum from the South, for example? I doubt it. Even the so-called North you are talking about, they were part of those who ganged up to remove him in 2015. So for me, nothing is really guaranteed. And I agree with you. You did answer the question. It benefits them, not the North entirely, but perhaps the political elite who are, angling, for 2031. For whatever reason, they don't believe that Peter Obi will serve only one term and, exit the stage in 2031.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Dennis, for your submission. Now, my co-host, thank you for the great job you're doing, but we are still not able to bring a lot of people up. I can see Dr. Usman. I can see others who on my DM saying that they are requesting for the mic. I'm not sure how we are going to do because they want to be part of this conversation. Can you see Dr. Usman, the co-host?
Okay, let me check, please.
All right, so Dr. Usman, if you're still on the platform, can you please follow the co-host? He would help for him to bring you up to be part of the conversation. So as we are doing that, let me quickly read out what others who are not on the speaker section are saying. Mr. Akan said, don't fall for the side of AA's people are trying to use Gage as a distraction. I mean, there's a possibility that will be the case. This is politics. Anybody will play whatever they can to do this. And Mr. Omasri, she says there's been different interpretation whether Goodluck Jonathan can constitutionally contest again. It is for the Supreme Court to settle. Tinubu's Supreme Court. Okay, that's another angle. And there's other things that people are saying here. Mr. Smallman said, didn't Peter Obi work in Jonathan's government, or is Peter Obi a new politician? If you need a new politician, maybe Showere, who has never been part of the system. Peter Obi from ABGA, PDP, Labour Party to ADC at the same time today. So those are the things that some people are saying on the comment section. So as we are waiting to have new speakers, I'm sure that our co-host is doing the best he can to bring them up. Please, the 13 individual requesting for the mic, put it on the comment section so I would be able to tell Mr. Greles to bring you up. As we have Mr. Williams. Williams, good evening. What is your take? Do you think Goodluck Jonathan should come back? Okay, sorry, Williams, hold your thought for a minute. Greles, you raise your hand, sir.
Dr. Usman is out of the space mindset, please.
Okay, so it's not on this way. Thank you, sir. Let me pass the mic to Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, good evening. Do you think Goodluck Jonathan should come back in 2027?
Good evening, host. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for giving me this time to talk on this space. Should I say maybe I was a bit late today? I have not really catch up with what other speakers have said, but concerning what you asked me, I think most of all these things they are mere distractions leading to 2027, because I can see that a lot of opposition parties in this country have really come together to agree that they would distract the obedient movement. Going back to 2023 general election, during that time, there were little or less rumor about Jonathan contesting for presidency then. There were little or less rumor about it, and it didn't really fly. why it didn't really fly was because there were a lot of campaigns for P2B. There were a lot of serious
Sorry, Mr.
campaign for
William,
him, and the media
Mr.
really
Williams,
didn't really do well promoting this Jonathan ambition and stuff.
Mr. Williams, please. I'm not sure if it's from my end, and you know how things work here. I don't want somebody to misquote it, but it would appear that your line is not clear because you keep cutting. But please do hold your thought for a minute. Let me make sure that it's not from my end. Please, those on the speaker section, are you guys able to hear him clearly? Okay, so it's not from my end. Mr. Williams, we're having problem with your network, right? It's from your end because you say one thing, the next before you continue, it will cut off and everything. So if you don't mind, sir, if it's perceived to do so, to sort of whatever the problem is, or you might want to leave this platform and rejoin again, and we'll pass the mic to you if that's okay, please. Thank you.
Okay, let me do that.
All right, thank you very much. There are a lot of requests. Unfortunately, they are not coming up. Mr. Co-host, how are we getting on, sir?
Frankly speaking, I am not able to see them requesting, but I have sent a request to up to 3 persons, so I'm waiting for them to accept mindset.
What I would recommend, sir, if it's safe to do so, please look on the comment section. You can see quite a number of them. Gentle Obedient said, I'm requesting. Mr. Aku said, I'm requesting. And then we have Dr. Etik said, I'm requesting. We have Nini said, can you bring me up? We have Dr. Usman as well saying that. So we have about 17 requests. So it would appear that you're not seeing them, and they would like to be part of the conversation. And if there's any other person who wants to help to be a co-host, please do let us know, then we can make you a co-host.
Mindset, you can make me. I'm seeing Dr. Usman. I'm seeing him on the space. I'm seeing him.
All right. Thank you very much, Big Sam. So I'm going to make you a co-host to help to bring down only Dr. Usman, but any other person that you can see. And I'm hoping that you have not blocked anyone, please. So Dr. Big Sam, you're a co-host now. Please, can you bring as many people as possible? Let them be part of the conversation. Oh, as we have passed the mic to Mr. Williams. Williams, you have the mic, sir.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if you can hear me better now.
Go ahead. Let's see how it goes. Go ahead.
Okay, so my suggestion then was because of what really occurred during 2020.
No, sorry, Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, no, it's not. I mean,
about Jonathan.
Sorry, I'm going to help
to
you
the
mute your
limelight,
mic.
and I was
Hello?
saying that it didn't fly then because there were a lot of campaign for people.
Sorry, I think it's from his end. I think it's from his end. It would appear that we are moving from different thing, and the conversation is not flowing the way it should. But I am the one that removed him as a speaker because it's not really happening. Dr. Sam, Big Sam, how are you getting on? In becoming
I'm trying to bring Dr. Usman. Okay, I've seen him.
Okay, can you please bring him up and bring every other person up and let them be part of the conversation, please. Thank you. Then we have Chief Kabal say I'm requesting. We have Stanley said I'm requesting. So to bring this guy. Sam, you have not actually accepted to be a co-host, right? Big Sam. It's not showing that you're a co-host, so you cannot bring anybody not a co-host.
Comment and then leave the space and come back again,
Okay, that's okay. What you can do, you can't do more than you can. There's nothing we can do about the leaders. If you're not able to bring them up, that's the best. You have done your best. So, it's been a very interesting conversation. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who would like to be part of it, but for some reason, it would appear that their network is not allowing them. But I think we can see Dr. Usman, who has joined.
I bring a lot of people now.
Thank you very much. I wish I can pay you for your service and yourself and Dr. Drillist, but thank you guys. So let me quickly pass the mic to Dr. Usman. Dr. Usman, good evening and thank you for joining us. There's a rumor out there that Goodluck Jonathan is coming back again. What is your take on it?
Yeah, good evening, Mindset. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for the co-hosts and the work they're doing, and you also. So to me, that's the rumor about Goodluck Jonathan running again. In every election cycle, that rumor always comes up. So I don't pay any serious attention to that. I don't think I have a thesis, and maybe I'll be wrong this time. But my thesis is that Jonathan is not going to run under any condition. The reason is the presidency that Jonathan had left is no longer the same presidency. The economy that he had left is no longer the same economy. Jonathan was able to thrive as a president, even though people, kind of think because he has empathy, that was the reason why he succeeded. It's not actually his empathy that made him succeed. It's because he was running on, or he ran on that the PDP. And the PDP used to be the most organized political party in Nigerian history. They have got their founding fathers who have some ethics in the party already set up. And also Obasanjo was able to run for 8 years. He solidified the economy, cleared our debt. Eradua came. He was able also to do some very good things together with Jonathan. And then that happened. Jonathan took over. So Jonathan didn't actually took over a very comatose economy. So it was an economy that was being re-engineered. It was an economy that was on a very serious upward trajectory that we've never seen in the last 40 years. So also the people who brought in Jonathan, people like Obasanjo, they have, Godfathers, they were instrumental in assembling a very competent team for him. You can see people like Ngozi Wela, who was part of the Obasanjo administration, who performed wonderfully well, and many others were part of still the Goodluck Jonathan administration. So Jonathan has some very lucky stars as a president. So if he's actually smart, he doesn't have any business with the comatose presidency and the economy that we currently have. The APC have already destroyed what he left behind, all the legacies, almost all the legacies of the PDP. If Jonathan comes back, he's going to struggle a lot. First and foremost, he has lost his political base completely. It was Obasanjo's base, the old former PDP guys, some part of the Yar'Adua administration, cabals and all that. They were instrumental in helping him win the 2011 elections. Now all of them are gone, or some of them are dead. Some of them have lost touch with the grassroots, or they're powerless. So if Jonathan comes around, who is going to do the assembling of the team for him? How is he even going to start from? So I think that's a distraction. So what we need somebody who was never president, because if you have been president before, if you're smart, you cannot go back to the mess that the APC has currently created. It's only a Peter Obi who was never president, who wants to be president. It's only an Atiku Abubakar who was never president, who wants to be president, that actually want to take that very serious job. And then I always pity the next guy who's going to come after Tinubu, because the kind of destruction these guys have done, we're never going to know the extent of it until they leave and we have a sensible person in there. So in conclusion, I think that's a distraction. Goodluck Jonathan, in my thesis, has no business with running for president in 2027. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Usman. They say in every rumor there's actually an atom of truth, right? It might be that a lot of people might not want him to come back. And you did say that one of the reasons he did well, because the likes of Obasanjo paved the way for him, made things a little bit easier for him, and they let era go, and he continued with that. But there are individuals who will say, even at that, if he didn't do well, if we can give, if he's not, if he wasn't a good president, if you have given him the right people, he will still mess up. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. So they will look at it from that angle and say, he did his best. And, looking at the political calculation, he only have to do 4 years constitutionally. That's a much better thing for a lot of people, especially from those in the north who are doing these calculations. That we stand a better. Sorry, let me land, please, so you can respond, sir, if you want to. Thank you. So I wanted to look at it from that angle. Please go ahead if you want to respond, so I can pass the mic to some other person.
Yes, sorry to interject. I was just laughing. When politicians are doing their own permutations, so they are doing a top-down permutation, but the bottom-up do not always square up. So Jonathan would love to be a president again, no doubt. But it's not in his best interest to run again because he knows that he's only coming up to mess up all the legacies that he had in place. This is a guy who is already having an international community recognition based on his track record. He's not going to play the game of northern politicians who cannot even deliver the note for him. Mind you, Buhari is now late. The person who is likely going to inherit Buhari's legacy to an extent, not everything, is Atiku Abubakar cycle with Nasser El-Rufai and those, Abubakar Malemi and co. So those are the guys who have inherited or would likely inherit the Buhari's political base. And Atiku, if he is healthy and if he's alive by 2027, that he's going to run. So where is Jonathan going to get the votes from? Tinubu is cannibalizing all the votes in the South, and he's got almost like Southwest on a lockdown based on pure tribalism, not his performance. The Southeast doesn't really have too many votes. So Jonathan is running. Under which platform is he going to run? ADC? And where is he going to get the vote from? I'm a northerner. And then I know if we have a northern guy like Atiku on the ballot, Jonathan is not going to win so many states. But I might be wrong. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. That's Dr. Usman's opinion, and you have every right. Anybody have every right to disagree with him, and you can, put your comment on the comment section. But let's be very respectful with that in doing so. And then, if you would like to come on the speaker section to speak and disagree with him, please do so. So I pass the mic to Dr. Etu. Dr. Etu, good evening, and thank you for joining us. Jonathan 2027. Do you think it's a good idea for him to come back?
All right, thank you, Mindset. Thanks for having me tonight. No, it's not a good idea, and I don't want to say that I'm very sure, but at least to some certain limit, I think Jonathan is not going to run. Like the previous speakers have already said, this is just a rumor, maybe from the articles camp. That's their people, and
Sorry,
this rumor.
is it from my end? Are we having problem with Dr. Etu? Please, somebody help out. Hello?
I can hear him.
I can hear him loud and clear, Mindset.
You can hear him, so it's from my end.
Exactly.
Should I continue or I should wait? I don't know.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. I do apologize, sir. I thought I wasn't able to hear you, but I do apologize. But others said they were able to hear. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. So, like I was saying, this rumor is not something we've heard before. Pre 2023, we also heard, Goodluck is considering throwing himself into the ring and all that. But let us look at it this way: Goodluck is not a desperate politician. If we are looking at the man himself, he's more like, I would say, an honorable person, noble, someone that doesn't even want the trouble of this country, because based on how his last presidency was, the humiliation that the whole nation propaganda from APC they all did to him and everything, like the previous speakers rightly said, the man has gotten some international recognition. He's even at a very happy place, so I don't think he is going to even want to consider putting himself in the ring, because truth be told, anybody to beat Bola Ahmed Tinubu right now needs to be someone that is genuinely loved by the people, because it's only genuine love that can actually motivate people to go out to vote and to protect the vote. Right now, a lot of people don't even trust anything in Nigeria. Nobody trusts INEC, nobody trusts the institution, nobody trusts anything. So if you are bringing out a candidate that people don't genuinely love, just kiss 2027 goodbye. It's just going to be the same thing, the right result, and they announce. I've been talking to a lot of APC people that I know, both, some of big men in the APC and all. The only person they fear most, this is me just being very, very honest, is Peter Obi. That is the nightmare of all any APC member. So some people talk about Atiku. Atiku is a desperate politician. I have a lot of respect for him. But there's a time in a man's life that you just have to know that, okay, I have been trying this thing. It's time for me to give up. You know, because 2027 is a delicate thing for Nigeria. We need someone that can motivate people to come out. And sincerely speaking, of every candidate I could actually look at right now, there is nobody. Personally, for me, I've never gotten involved in politics before, like to go out to vote or to do anything until Peter Obi entered the scene. That was the first time I ever in my life donated money, campaign, did every sort of things. And majority of the people that even did those things are outside the country. So you need a leader that will actually motivate people to come back. And I can tell you tomorrow, if someone like Peter Obi, whether he's in the coalition or he decides to run alone, is in the ring for presidency. In fact, because we've all learned our lesson, it's going to be a do or die affair. I've already said to myself, I said to the people that I mobilized before, I said 2027, we are not going there empty handed. We are going with 2 by 2. It's going to be either I die or you die.
No,
Nobody, no,
no, one
no,
minute, please.
some,
1 minute,
no, no.
1 minute,
Mindset, I understand where you are coming from. See,
one minute. Mr.
for
Doctor,
someone,
Doctor.
no, I know as a doctor, a professional, I'm not supposed to talk like this, but to be honest with you, I've traveled the world. I've lived in Middle East. I've lived in Europe. I've lived in America. You see every place, how
Doctor,
organized. And when you now
doc,
looked at your country, you look at
doctor,
what these guys are doing, throwing
doctor, if
monies around on like
doctor, if I
monies that would
may,
have been used.
doctor, if I may, you're a doctor, so I will respect, your profession and everything. Please, I'm trying to address things when it comes. Can you please kindly, sir, mute your mic for a minute? Now, there's a need for us to follow the conversation, and I know sometimes it's very difficult to move from the topic and move to other topic. This thing, we might call it rumor that Goodluck Jonathan is coming, and a lot of people might not believe it. But there is things happening. There are talks happening there. Whether it will manifest for him to be the president, I do not know. All right. So and everybody have the right to campaign for their candidate. But I would like a situation whereby we have a topic. Yeah, you can briefly talk about your candidate, but let's stick to the tell us the reason you think Goodluck Jonathan should not come back. Tell us the reason you think what he did in 2015 was right or wrong. Tell us the reason why you believe. I would like us to go, follow that road if it's possible. Please, let's not digress and then we go back name callings and everything. I am not saying you shouldn't say your candidate, but let's 90% of what the conversation is centered on being what we are discussing. I hope that's okay with you, sir. Please, doctor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. Okay. I'll stick to the talking point. Okay. So my reasons for saying that good luck coming into the one, where is good luck based right now? If we are to talk about permutations, if good luck coming to the scene, where is it going to get vote from? Is it from the south? Yeah, politically it might be right because constitutionally, based on the constitution of Nigeria, is only bound to do one term, which I can agree with you. The same note that people are saying that, oh, they will rightly accept good luck. These same people, if you talk to few of their allies there, they were sorely disappointed for the fact that Goodluck decided to run again in 2015 election, because they felt like the gentleman agreement, in as much as nobody has seen any written document or signed document anywhere, but at least based on the pre-election permutations, and everybody knew, there were rumors and some saying going around that there was a gentleman agreement that, oh, we'll allow you to, do 4 years. After that, we'll take over. And I think it's based on that same gentleman agreement that led to the coalition that happened in that 2014, where Atiku and all these other big wigs moved to APC and decided to, run all the propaganda to throw him out. So if we are being realistic now, because the political terrain has really changed, where will you think Goodluck Jonathan is going to get votes from? I don't see personally any young person going out there to. Yes, if we have Goodluck on the ballot and Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the ballot, most preferably Nigerians will want to vote for Goodluck. But the point now is not voting. voting is not the main problem in Nigerian election now. It's how we can defeat INEC and every other instrument that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is using. That's why I said that anybody that has to win 2027 has to be someone that has the love of Nigerians, because the person you love is who you are going to vote and you defend for. So good luck. Yes, I might look. I said, why will I want to go and throw my vote to Bola Ahmed Tinubu? Let me rather give it to good luck. I'll vote and go home. But the situation right now is that every Nigerian want everything to be done and settled at that polling unit before I even get to the coalition center. In fact, we want all the election, every result, everything has to be settled there, because every Nigerian has learned a lesson from 2023. But if, let me say, for instance, Peter Obi entered the coalition, they decide to do a direct primaries, and eventually, good luck, let's say the rumor is true, good luck, Jonathan emerges as the presidential candidate. I know Obi is a very honorable person. If he chooses to go that route, he will decide to step away, and not run. So at that point, we have just the option of Bola and good luck. Yes, Nigerians will vote for good luck, but who is going to defend the vote? Because at the end of the day, they will do the same thing. INEC announces Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it ends. The next thing, because good luck is not even the kind of person that wants to push people to go on the street and fight, like in terms of blood. Because if he was that kind of leader, he would have done that in 2015 when he lost. He would have wanted to use the instrument of power to retain power. But he said it that his ambition is not worth the life of any Nigerian. So this is a noble man, and I think he understands the political terrain has changed. And I don't think he was going to run, but if eventually he runs, and for the fact that he enters the coalition and wins the ticket, if that happens, yes, as a Nigerian, I'll vote for him, but I will not stay there. I'll just, if I even try to cast my vote, that's if I'm even voting. But I don't think he's going to run. That's just my personal opinion, but I believe, like you said, every rumor, there's always an atom of truth in it. But what I can tell is that these are politicians just trying to do normal permutations to see the feel of the people and all that. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Etuk, for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Ako, then I'll go to Ariwa, then I'll go to Aggrieved. Ako, you have the mic, sir. Am I still audible?
Hello, yes, mindset. I heard it. Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are, sir.
Thank you very much. And as always, very wonderful conversation this evening, mindset. You see, I've been listening, and I just want to come at this conversation from a different perspective. I find it very disappointing that a Goodluck Jonathan, a one-term former president of the Republic of Nigeria.
Sorry. Ako, I do apologize, please. I'm really sorry for doing this. The co-host, please. I hope you guys are not the ones that remove the two doctors we have, Dr. Etuk and Dr. Usman. I hope, please. Did you guys remove them?
I didn't remove anybody.
You didn't remove them, please. Okay. What about yourself, Dr. Drillist?
It's not from my end, Mr.
Okay,
Mindset.
okay. Because one of the things I want us to be very mindful, please. I could please hear me. I do not want a situation where somebody will make a submission, and then it would appear that we remove them because we are not comfortable with what they've done, right? So if they left the platform by themselves, that's okay. I do thank you guys for the great job you guys are doing. I could please go ahead.
Yeah, so I was saying that I find it very disappointing that Goodluck Jonathan, who has served this country as a former, president, completing the Yar'Adua tenure and then going on to serve Nigeria as a president for one term. And at this stage in his, political career and things like this, he's not able to come out boldly to say, this is what I want to do. In the past, from 2023, the last 2023 election, the periods leading, to that time, Jonathan, I don't think has made any, posts or any comments as to say, oh, the country is not, the current leadership we have in the country is not doing well. So I don't think there is any reason whatsoever for anybody to go and resurrect him from wherever he is hibernating to say, oh, come and take the ticket and contest for president. To come and do what? So obviously, he's not interested in the affairs of the country anymore. So I'll think that, the rumors of, people going to, have a conversation with him to see if he's going to accept, I think is very insulting to Nigerians because, I mean, at this stage, at this level politically, what does it take a Jonathan to come out and say, hey, this is what I want to do? Or to say, the current leadership of the country is not doing well, or the current leadership of the country is doing well. What does it take for Jonathan to say, I want to do this, this is what I want to do? From the body language, he has, since he left office, there's not been any, form of political engagement. In fact, he's lost all political relevance he's had. So, on what basis, then is the decision to bring him on informed? What's the basis? What's the basis? Just solely the fact that, oh, he's constitutionally bad to contest after 4 years. That is not enough. I think we should come to a point in our political life as a country where we just look beyond election cycles. We are also talking about human lives. We are talking about people. We are talking about individuals and the economy of the nation. So if Jonathan coming to take the position is solely because he can't go on after 4 years, then what's the need? Tinubu might as well continue because I promise he won't do any better than what Tinubu is already doing. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Aku, for your submission. Please, if you disagree with what Mr. Aku have said on any other speakers, please, if you're not able to come on the speaker section, put your comment on the comment section. We'll read it out as well. As I pass the mic to Ariwa. Ariwa, good evening, and thank you for joining us. The rumor of Goodluck Jonathan coming back, do you think is a good thing for him to come back, or do you think he has done his best? It's time for him to move on. I want to believe I'm still audible, right?
Yes, you are.
All right. So, Ariwa, if you're on the platform, we've actually passed the mic to you. Since he's not responding, then let's quickly go to Engineer Sir J. MNSE. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mindset. Thank you, co-host, for having me on this space. It's great to be here. On the topic concerning Goodluck Jonathan. All right, my take on the issue is that one, I know for some of the politicians who may be coming from the odd part of the north, maybe it could be a good candidate for them based on the issue of being sure that one will only do one term. If you look at PO's tweet some days back, there's this conversation of can we actually trust politicians? So also some of the politicians who have ambition to become president may actually be the ones bringing up this idea to weigh the temperature to see if it will fly or not. But then again, if you look at Goodluck, since he left office, he has not actually shown like someone who will want to contest, even though he may be interested in his heart of mind, but he has not shown it. He has not made any statement whatsoever in that regard. Even criticizing the government policies, he has not done. I think the only time I've heard him was when he made a statement concerning the one-party state, which the APC was trying to turn this country into. But moving away from that, beside that, there was a law that was signed in 2018 by President Buhari. Well, I'm not a legal person, but I know that that will be tested in the court of law, and that will also form part of the stumbling block behind his candidacy. beside the fact that he may not actually get the support which he has before. That support will no longer be there. The people who betrayed him, they will still betray him again. And in the South, he may not, because at the moment his candidacy is not resonating amongst the people from the South. So, and you can be sure that the people who also betray him from the North will also not betray him this time. Someone made a statement, which is true. Almost every election cycle, especially 2022, there was this call for Jonathan to come and run. People who mooted that idea was people who wants to take power. Okay, Northern has done 8 years. Let's give back this thing to the South. But can we have someone who can just do it 4 years and return it back to us? They started pushing that agenda of Jonathan to come around 2022 because they believe constitutionally he can only do one term. But it didn't fly. I'm sure Jonathan looked at it critically that it is better for him to remain where he is with the respect he has garnered to come and fool himself, because he will be defeated and the respect that he has globally will erode. So for me, I don't think Jonathan will even want to contest. People will make that call. In fact, 2022, people did protests with placard, went to his office in Abuja, call him out, and yet he did not run. I'm sure maybe he has consulted, even legally, like I said, the law that Buhari signed, it will be tested whenever he declares interest to run. So for me, he should just remain a statesman, which he is. Coming to contest, he will rubbish himself. The people who are pushing him does not mean well for him. They only just want to get back power after 4 years. I think that is what this is all about. But the youth, which are in support of P2B, P2B is a man, I looked at him, maybe he may have so much respect for Jonathan, he may decide, that is up to him. But then again, will Jonathan be able to gather the vote? And personally for me, 2015, I voted against him. I voted Buhari, because then we saw Jonathan government as being corrupt, and thinking that Buhari, being someone who was packaged as a very no nonsense man, will be able to contain corruption. So will all of those things change? Has it changed from what will his government be able to achieve this time around? Things has changed. A lot of dynamics has changed. So it is no longer the way it was in 2014, 2015. So for me, those that are pushing him does not mean well for him. And having lost that election, he get his respect by accepting the result of that election. And since then, people respect him for that. Coming back now to come and lose the respect that he has gathered for an election that he may not win, I don't think
Okay.
it's worth it. Yeah, mindset. Thank you. That is my submission.
All right, thank you very much, Engineer. I have to do that, so just for you to know that because of time. Please, there are the others requesting for the mic, so I know we have a lot to say, but let's be very mindful of time. If we can wrap it up, just make it very brief to give others the opportunity to be part of the conversation. Let's try once again. Mr. Ariwa, I called you to speak, and you just said that you can hear other speakers, but you're not able to hear me. So if the co-host can help to tell Ariwa that he's the next person to speak, I'm not sure why he's not able to hear me. Are you guys able to hear any other person on the speaker section who's not able to hear me? Do we have any other person?
But we can hear you, mindset. I can hear
It's
you.
okay. He said he's not able to hear him. So can you kindly, sir, Tell him that he's the next speaker if you're able to do so, sir.
Arewa, it is your turn to speak. Can you hear me?
Okay, Drelis, do you want to try? Any other person who wants to try to let him know that he's the next person to speak, because he's saying that he cannot hear me. And please, those on the speaker section, if you don't mind, if it's okay to do so, if you can kindly unmute yourself and let everyone know that he's the next speaker. If we try it, if it's not working, then we'll leave it.
Yeah,
Hello, Ariwa.
it is your turn.
Hello, Ariwa. Can hear me,
Yes,
please? It's my turn to
yes,
speak.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
Go ahead,
can. It was myself that I can't hear him. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you very much, and good evening to everyone on the platform. I've listened to so many excellent contributions from the speakers, and they really hit the nail on the head regarding the topic. So far, so good. But my main issue with this conversation is that I believe at this moment, so many people are just throwing things around, hoping that something will stick. And in my own perspective, I believe it's even the work of the Tinubu administration, because the coalition is getting momentum, and the key players. The more you have people who are vying for the office of the president, the more divided the entire cycle is, because it has now been reduced to, I think, practically two people as far as the ADC is concerned so far. That is Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. And I don't even think if Goodluck Jonathan is really interested in running for president, he should be coming to the ADC. I mean, he's more of a PDP person. He doesn't have any, I mean, if you look at the ADC closely, look at their political history with him, he doesn't have friends there. So if he's going to actually contest for president, I think he should be it will even make more sense to me if he's contesting in the PDP rather than the ADC. And the question of whether he will actually do the needful, I think we've come a long way from his administration. I think the only thing that made us appreciate Goodluck Jonathan now is because we had people who are worse than him. But it was not like he wasn't bad. We've had better. And nobody is saying anything. If you look at the administration of like Yaradua and all, when Yaradua was in power, nobody was criticizing him that much. Well, I could remember vividly, and anybody who is old enough to remember the administration of Goodluck Jonathan, it was a very serious moment of torture for everybody as of that time. And unfortunately, it got worse with the next person that was coming in. So I don't think there is anything that Goodluck Jonathan left in the office of president that he hadn't done in 6 years that he was opportune to rule this country. I think if he's forgetting something in the in the office, he should send somebody to go and pick it up for him. But I've never seen his candidacy as a serious candidacy, to be honest with you. He lacks the dexterity, the ruggedness that the current 2027 election is requiring, because you are not going against anybody. He was an incumbent president with every might beside him, and Buhari is not as determined and ready to take the bull by the horn like Tinubu, and he was ousted. And then we are going into the election of our life, and you want us to pick on somebody that will just sit down and decide that, okay, the election is free and fair, let me call this person and be a gentleman. I think this is the work of detractors. I believe the APC is doing this at the moment because the larger the scale, the more confusion comes into play. And that's exactly what they are doing now, divide and conquer. There will be a Goodluck Jonathan issue, there will be Peter Obi issue, there's already an Atiku Peter Obi issue, we'll have a Jonathan and other things. So I think we should remain focused. Goodluck Jonathan have did his part. We appreciated him for ruling this country for 6 years. And yes, maybe we might have misjudged him to some extent, but he was no saint. But we've moved on from that aspect. He's a respected individual in Nigeria, and I think he should remain like that. Thank you very much, my said.
All right, thank you very much, Ariwa. Unfortunately, you're not able to hear me, but thank you to those who helped to bring you up and make you a speaker. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Agree. Sorry, I think it was Dapel before Agreed, right? Okay, let's pass the mic to Dapel, then we'll come to Agree. Dapel, you have the mic. Goodluck Jonathan coming back 2027. Do you think it's a good idea?
Good evening, and thank you for this opportunity. Now, it would depend on his motive. Let's assume the rumor is true. if his motive is to win the election and become a president again, then there is no path forward for him. And in my view, he shouldn't run. He's the most vindicated president in Nigeria's history, and the only election in our record that never ended in any court of law. That's enough goodwill for him. And he shouldn't run. He's not going to win. Why do I say he's not going to win? If you check the 2011 election results and 2023 election results, almost all the states won by Jonathan were the states won by Peter Obi. And I don't think with the current momentum, voters would want to dump Peter Obi to vote for him. So he's unlikely going to win. But if his motive is not to win election, but to change the equation for someone to win, then he should run. If he decides to run, however few his votes are, will definitely help the other candidate that is trying to use him. I've listened to interview by Professor Jerry Garner, and I've put one or two things together from what he said and from the expressions around the political terrain. I'm not gonna quote anybody, but that's what I think is just my opinion. So don't hold me to it. I have a feeling that the ruling party want to use him to reduce the amount of votes going to Peter Obi or Atiku from the south. Why do I say so? Professor Jerry Garner said in his interview a few days ago, he said Wike is gonna switch. That day PDP they are coming back, and Wike before 2027, his pattern is gonna change. And the journalist was pressing him, said, but he has endorsed a presidential candidate in APC, so no, his pattern is going to change. You will see, which means PDP is gonna have a candidate, and he's gonna support that candidate. So if he supports a PDP candidate like Jonathan, and Peter Obi is on the ballot, Peter Obi has made it clear he's not gonna be anybody's running mate, and he's gonna run for president. So if he succeeds in getting Jonathan on a ticket, Wike can decide to say, okay, I'm working for Jonathan in PDP. I want to defeat APC. But we know that that tactics will defeat any other party for APC. Now, I don't know if it's out there, but his wife seems to have said she's declared support for Tinubu. So I put one of these things together and I say, okay, if that's the game, then so be. Then one last thing I forget, Jonathan was never in power for 6 years. He was in power for 5 years, from May 2010 to May 2015. Just to let that the last speaker said it. And I don't think too we should discourage peaceful actions like Jonathan calling Buhari to concede defeat for him and said, you go. It doesn't show that he was a weak man, but he decided to follow the path of peace, and I think we should encourage that. Thank you. Because look at 2011, people were killing cold blood, and no apology for lives. Coppers were killed. So if he decides not to do that again, you say his life is not worth the blood of this. I think that should be encouraged. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dape, for your wonderful submission as always. Let me quickly, before I pass the mic to Agri, do bear with me for a minute, please. I know you're the next speaker, but let me quickly read out what others are saying on the comment section. Mr. Samuel says, I don't know why people keep celebrating, I think he's celebrating him, celebrate GJ, Goodluck Jonathan. He's not a leader, and he's the reason APC is in power. He's not a firm leader. Any leader that is trying to please anybody in the process of leading is bound to fail. That is Goodluck Jonathan for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Samuel, for your wonderful submission. And Mr. Nicholas says, Goodluck does not have what it takes to solve Nigerians' issues. One, due to his personality, ineffectiveness, and non-proactive approach to issues, he would have functioned better in an ordinary working society. Nigeria needs one who would destroy the current structure and attempt to do something new without fear or favor. Nigeria needs Peter Obi. That's Mr. Nicholas. Thank you, sir, for your wonderful submission. contribution, sir. And then Mr. Sadiq said, I'm requesting the mic. Please, can we bring Mr. Sadiq Abubakar? He said he's requesting the mic. And Mr. Mongo Park, what an interesting name. Said, myself, good evening, sir. I think Goodluck, if he contests and wins, for instance, his achievement, will he measure against his own record, which, in my own opinion, is very difficult to match because of the damages APC have caused. A new candidate will be measured by their own record. Thank you, Mr. Mongo Park and Mr. Nicholas and every other person who has contributed. Please, guys, come on the comment section. Sorry, come on the speaker section, and we'll give you the opportunity to be part of the conversation. And on that note, I'll pass the mic to Aggrieved. Aggrieved, good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Mindset. Good evening, resilient Nigerians, and good evening, everybody. First off, I need us to understand that this so-called rumor, as we would want to think it to be, isn't a rumor. It's actually something promoted by the same people who brought Goodluck Jonathan down. People who felt so sad that the man attempted to contest for a second term as president. Out of their own selfishness, they felt that he was going to prevent them from taking a shot at the office of the president themselves. So that was why they took that decision they took to bring him down. The guy didn't lose the elections like we would want to think that the APC actually defeated him. He lost because his own party men who didn't feel so comfortable with him becoming the president for a second term removed him. And then secondly, Goodluck Jonathan succeeded partly because Obasanjo had already laid a blueprint, if you will, for them, himself and Yaradua to operate on. So they actually kept to the instructions that were down for them. They were people who learned properly and decided to move the country in the direction that Obasanjo wanted it to go. So that was why his performance looked like he actually did something. And I wouldn't say if he comes back, he will succeed. He won't, because the kind of country we have now and the kind of damage the APC has inflicted on this country, it will only take a firm leader, one who has that ability to take decisions, not minding whose us is God. Because if you look at what is happening, we need a leader that can take decisions and stick by those decisions and be firm to be able to take us to wherever we intend to go. And then finally, I would say the kind of welcoming that Peter Obi is enjoying now, I don't see Jonathan as someone who can actually get those kind of favors. Because first off, the fact that he rode on a ticket with Yaradua, a ticket put forward by Obasanjo to become president, doesn't tell well of someone who is actually his own man, someone who can actually govern a nation, like someone who has something that it takes to govern a nation. So if he comes back, he will be messing up the little legacies that he ever got or that he ever left behind. So I wouldn't advise him to come back. And even if he's on a ticket with some other person, I won't vote him. In fact, I won't even go out. I would just be in my house and watch how everything plays out. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I agree for your wonderful submission. Deep Sky, you've spoken earlier on. I'm not sure you raised your hand. What is it regarding, sir?
Yeah, just a minute. Mindset. I think this is my own observation is that we tend to underrate people who show democracy, who show democratic tendency in Nigeria. I've heard a lot of people talk down on GAG. Hey, he's the weak man. He is this, is that. People have even underrated all of the things he did in the administration. Oh, how Obasanjo said they pays for him. That is not true. This is the guy who signed the Freedom of Information Act into law in 2011. And he had to also follow that because people will say he's a weak man. You signed the Information Act into, you made it a law in Nigeria so that people can at least have free speech. But today, people use that against him. I don't think it is fair, to be honest. Everybody wake up and talk down on him. We don't know his plan. He has the right to contest. And if it's 4 years, whatever thing he has in mind, he can do that. Under his administration, the people he picked up to head important ministries under him have gone to become international stars. So I don't understand why people are saying he doesn't know what it takes to fix Nigeria. He laid the foundation. Two, and let me say this again. In 2015, when he lost the election, he got close to 13 million votes. Atiku till date has not been able, got in 2019, got around 11 million votes. In 2023, none of the opposing candidates got up to half of that amount. Or let me say they got like half of that amount. So the thing is, if he trusts his capacity and he believes that he wants to, let him come in. The race is open. And like I said before, mindset. I think that we have a problem today because everybody's looking at the coalition. We have two big elephants in that coalition that may not work together in 2027. If Atiku stands his ground and say he wants to contest, Peter will probably stay one side or choose not to be vice president. So to reconcile that, I believe some people in the camp are trying to bring in GJ. This is probably what I'm thinking. And for people who said he has no people in the coalition, that is not true. The current chairman of the party served under GJ as the Senate president. A lot of the people who served under GJ, who stood beside him in 2015, are part of the coalition. For the fact that GEJ tries to behave like a gentleman does not mean that he's a weak man. Does not mean that he does not know how to play the political game. The propaganda that worked against him in 2015 is no longer visible today. He's not going to hold water. But I understand that some people don't want to swallow their pride and say, oh, we were deceived in 2015. They just want to sit back and pretend like, oh, everything is fine and good, beautiful. But like I said before, if GEJ is contesting today and there is no P2B, no problem. Those that want to vote will vote. Those that doesn't want to vote will stay back home. But he will still get a reasonable amount of vote. Because even in the people we are talking about, we are parroting today, whether P2B or Atiku, none of them has been able to get the amount of votes that GEJ got in this country. So that's the point I want to make. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, this guy, for your submission. I mean, yes, you're right. I mean, we shouldn't. It's not a good thing to make him look like he's a weak person because he accepted defeat, right? If he didn't accept defeat, then there are things, go south and everything. Then we'll be the ones that will say he wasn't a good person. He should have accepted defeat. But I just want us to look at it from that angle. Sometimes, you come to a point in life, you say, one thing, enough of this, I'm not able to do it, and I'm just going to go away. But it's left for Nigerians to decide. It's left for Goodluck Jonathan to decide if he wants to come back. And the calculation there, if he favors him, and the people who are by his side said, listen, guys, we got to put you up there. It's left for them to decide. But thank you very much once again, sir, for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Gentle Obedient. Good evening. You have the mic, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mindset. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Mindset, and thank you for good evening, Nigerians. To be honest, everybody's opinion here is really wonderful, and I totally agree. Goodluck is not a weak man. Goodluck is a noble man. It takes somebody with principle to actually concede a defeat, even being an incumbent president. Personally, I voted for him 2011. I voted for him in 2015. I've been voting PDP, But back to the conversation, I just want to start it from the last speaker. Yes, Goodluck may have gotten 13 million votes as an incumbent in 2015. But a lot of things have changed in our political terrain today. And I strongly doubt, in my own opinion though, that he will get that kind of vote. That is just the truth. And Goodluck, like I've praised him, I also want to believe that this is just a rumor, even though there may be atom of truth. But it doesn't paint him well to even consider that. And these are my reasons. You know, he has enjoyed so many global recognition, and to come back to model himself in the politics of Nigeria today that have been messed up by APC will be counterproductive to his person, his image, and his antecedents. Uh, yeah, some people don't agree with him. Some people, disagree the way he handled government when he had opportunity. But it's even worse now, and we need somebody more pragmatic, somebody is that has more political will. From my name, you already know I'm an obedient, and I stand strongly with Peter B. And in the kind of political space we have now, a Goodluck Jonathan cannot motivate the young ones to go out there in the street and vote and protect their votes. In 2023, we depended, I'm just going to digress just a little bit. We depended on INEC and IRF, and now we have learned our lesson. So a lot of strategy that is coming into 2027 is so much different from all political angles. And I don't think from obedient angle or anybody supporting Peter Obi, if you transfer that to a Goodluck Jonathan, can be able to say, you know what, I'm just going to go there and vote and protect my vote. They can vote. If you put only Goodluck and Tinubu, definitely I'm going to vote for a Goodluck. But as it stands now, I want to believe that this can be a strategy from the coalition to keep confusing the APC. This is my own belief. However, if I should toe the line of Arewa when he mentioned, or somebody, sorry, Arewa, if I'm attributing wrongly to you, but if I could toe the position of one of the speakers that says that this could be from APC to destabilize the two strong candidates in the sense of Atiku and Peter Obi, and bring disunity, that can also be an option. But to be honest, I want to toe with the line of coalition, which I believe will be the best shot to remove Tinubu. That they are using this strategy to disorganize or confuse the opposition. But a Goodluck Jonathan will not fly. Finally, just to conclude, the main thing is not just to take power, and I believe that coalition is not just there to make noise. They want to win. The main thing is to start changing a lot of things that APC have done to our country. So a Goodluck Jonathan coming doesn't seem to, it just seemed to me like just to take power. It doesn't seem to me like that they want to start doing something right. So, and I believe that a lot of Nigeria will be on this table. Like if Goodluck Jonathan is the only option, take for example, coalition is bringing a Goodluck Jonathan. People will think that okay, you just want to get power and then hand it over to the North after 4 years, and that's it. So, thank you so much, mindset.
Thank you very much, gentle obedient, for your wonderful submission. Before I pass the mic to Comrade, and let me quickly read out what others are saying on the comment section. Let me start with Njenje of the Good Life. I believe this is the Njenje that I know. I believe that's the Njenje that we started hosting spaces with. But let's say Njenje of the Good Life. So let me read out your comment. He said, "Why I wouldn't vote for him? I still think it's unfair to label Goodluck Jonathan or anyone who upholds democratic values as weak." By the way, talks about Goodluck Jonathan contesting in 2020, just spoilers. Thank you very much. And he said Nigerians have been so abused that they now mistake decency for weakness. SMH shaking my head. And then Mr. Samuel say, we have seen Goodluck Jonathan administration and you will riddle with corruption and incompetence. Why should any serious Nigeria be thinking of bringing Goodluck Jonathan at this point? Nigeria needs a drastic change. We might as well allow APC More so, Goodluck Jonathan incompetent leadership brought in APC. Thank you very much, guys, for your wonderful submission as we continue the conversation. I can see we have about 17 requests, and to my great co-host who's doing a great job, sir, is there any way we can bring these individuals up who have not contributed?
I'm only seeing few people, but if I approve their request, they end up dropping back.
Okay, thank you. Please do try again, because there's quite a number of them who would like to be part of the conversation. On that note, I'll pass the mic to Comrade. Comrade, you have the mic, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't know, Mindset, if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. I hope others can hear you as well.
Okay, good day. First and foremost, I want to make a small premise before I go on Goodluck Jonathan. You see, I don't subscribe to this North versus South political mindset that has been happening. It's decisive, it's outdated, and dangerous for a country that desperately needs unity and competence. But you see, the polity is already heated, and now instead of focusing on vision, credibility, or capacity, people are arguing about regions where the power should shift to. If we truly believe in rotational leadership, then let's enshrine it in the constitution. Simple and short. But until then, let merit be the yardstick we judge a person with. Let's be honest. We have Yorubas who voted for Peter Obi. In fact, even Afari supported him. And we have likewise many Northerners who voted for Tinubu against Konkoso Atiku. So, I don't think Jonathan should come back because what? He has already done his, at least, let's say, 6 years, and he has tried his best for this country. I believe we have fresh hands. I believe he has his honor and integrity to protect. Coming back to the ring now, it's quite. It might damage his reputation for life that he ever had. It's not as if Jonathan didn't have his own problems, but at that point, people felt Buhari was the Messiah, and they didn't know that. Little did they know that Jonathan was even better. So I feel for somebody like Jonathan, he should not drop himself in the bun, and he should just take an elder statesman seat and just watch as it unfolds. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comrade. Sorry, I purposely didn't want to unmute myself because I was actually boiling something and I don't want the noise to distract each and every one of you. So I do apologize for not unmuting my mic earlier on to speak. So thank you for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic, I can see your Dapel and Ariwa. Please do hold your thought for a minute. Let me pass the mic to Mr. Sadiq, then I'll come back to you guys if that's okay. Thank you. And Mr. Sadiq, you have the mic, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mindset. Thank you for giving me the mic. Regarding Goodluck Jonathan coming back to contest election, I think there is nothing wrong with that. It's a constitutional democracy. Everybody has the right to vote and be voted for. I don't think it's something we should see negatively. He has the right to do it, and it will even make our elections and democracy very interesting, because if Jonathan is going to be on the ballot, I think the 2027 election is going to be one of the most interesting elections we are going to see in our lifetime. In Nigeria, because it means we are going to see 4 candidates probably from all the 4 geopolitical zones. It means we are going to see a Tinubu from the southwest, and Atiku probably from the north, Peter Obi from the southeast, Jonathan from the south. So from there we can see how our democracy is going to be at play. It's very interesting, but I don't see anything wrong with him contesting. More people are going to come out, I believe, to contest, maybe even under other parties. Maybe Konkoso might come out again to contest under his party. That's what makes democracy interesting, actually. I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody exercising his constitutional right. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Sadiq, for your wonderful submission. Please, it would, I'm not sure if it's from my end, but there's this noise in the background when you were speaking. I'm not sure what that is, but hopefully next time you're on the platform, I'm trying to make sure, if it's from my end, I want to apologize before saying it, but if it's from your end, next time you're on the platform, please make sure you're in a more conducive place so we can hear you clearly, because the noise was kind of like interfering. But thank you for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Mr. Sorry, Ari, I'll come back to you, please. I wanted to carry along those who have not contributed. Discipline, you have the mic. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, guys. I have been following discussion as regards if it's a good thing for Goodluck Nathan to contest for the presidency once again. So, in my opinion, it's going to be a very bad idea for we to have Goodluck Jonathan back. I think it will just hand Tinubu a second term. Just like most people have been saying, where is it going to start from? His base? Is it most of the young people in the south have pitched their tent with Peter Obi, so it's going to be hard for him to even start anything at all. That's number one. Number two, personally, I feel since Jonathan lost election in 2015, he has been out of touch with the Nigerian masses. He has shown no, because the last 10 years or thereabout, or 8 years of the APC government has been very, very, I don't know which word I will even use now, but Goodluck Jonathan has not really shown concern to like query the government or even speak up to what's been happening in Nigeria. So all of a sudden, if he decides to just come back, people will not take him. He will not resonate that much with the masses any longer. That's number two. Number three, I do feel that at this moment we need a person that is somewhat exceptional, because to face the mess that we are in now, we do not need average leaders. We need exceptional leaders in some way. And in my opinion, Goodluck Jonathan is more or less average. He's not bad like a Buhari or a Tinubu, but he's average. I do think if he does take over Nigeria, we will not see much improvement. Most likely to remain the same way, or there might be little, but the status quo will remain the same. It's just basically the same thing. The difference would be that, okay, we might see little improvements here and there. But generally, I think it's a very bad idea if he decides to contest again. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. I can see we have about 16 individuals requesting for the mic. Please, guys, if you serve to do so, if you can put it on the comment section that you're requesting the mic, then the co-host would see it, and myself, I will see it as well, and we can try our best to make sure that we bring you up to be part of the part of the conversation. Please, those requesting for the mic, put it on the comment section. We will do our best to bring you up. As I pass the mic to Mr. Samuel. Samuel, you have the mic, sir. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Mindset, for having me. Very wonderful conversation. So let me be quick about it. I do not understand or see any reason why Goodluck Jonathan should be coming back to become the president. Nigerians have been so oppressed that at each point in time, we are like trying to settle for the lesser evil. This is somebody that we have seen his administration. And I don't understand why we are forgetting so quickly what his administration was like. In fact, if Goodluck Ebere Jonathan did what he was supposed to do, we wouldn't have been where we are today. We wouldn't have had this terrible APC government. The price of things was skyrocketing. The price of petroleum was skyrocketing. Rice and everything was skyrocketing. There was massive insecurity during Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's administration. People were protesting. And all he could do was come out and cry and shed tears and then go back, and nothing was happening. And because of his terrible administration, that was why Nigerians came out in mass and voted him out. There were protests here and there, which Tinubu led, some of the protests. So why exactly are we talking about Goodluck Jonathan? That he came out and they gave in and say his ambition is not what a life of any Nigerian does not make him, his administration was filled with corruption. People, the politicians were stealing our money. Nobody was tried. Nobody was jailed for it, And that is the same thing the APC is doing right now, maybe even more than what was obtainable during his administration. But we have seen somebody like P2B, who I believe there is no politician right currently that is vying for presidency that is sellable as P2B. If P2B goes, if there is a chance that somebody can run for, like after 8 years, run for another governorship election, if he goes back to Anambra State, there's no politician in Anambra State that will come close. He was going to sweep everywhere because of his antecedents, what he was able to achieve in Anambra State. So let us start demanding more for ourselves as Nigerians. The thought of the conversation, I believe, this is my opinion, should be how we can put in somebody like P2B who we know that is
No,
competent.
no,
And
no.
it's
1 minute. Please hold your thoughts for a minute. Hold your thought. You see, this is the thing about me and how I host my spaces. And I'm very sorry to interject. And I've continued to correct people. When you come on my spaces and the conversation is not something that you think you're interested in, there is absolutely no reason for you to be part of it. But this idea that I have a conversation, that a particular topic that I'm discussing, and I have others who are not speakers listening, getting ideas of what Nigerians are saying, and this mindset that people come of my spaces to tell me what I should be discussing, I don't like that. So if you want to discuss how you can put somebody like Peter Obi on a platform and to be the candidate, you have every right to go and discuss such conversations, such topic. Please, I beg you guys. I'm not jobless that I discuss topics like this. There is reason for it. So if the topic is not something you're happy with, respectfully, you shouldn't be part of the conversation. The idea of why should we discuss it, the topic should have been this. I'm not here to cater for yourself alone. There are individuals listening to this conversation who are not interested in what you want to discuss. It's very important we respect how people do their things here. And this might be the last time I will correct this again. Thank you very much for your contribution. As I pass the mic back to Daper. Daper, you have the mic, sir.
mindset, please. I apologize, but I think you misunderstood me, please.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Samuel. Go ahead with your
Yeah, I think
submission.
you misunderstood me because I've been listening and I'm part of the conversation, and I'm happy we're having this conversation because it gives everybody the chance to air his opinion. But what I was trying to say, maybe I didn't word it well, is that that this is the kind of conversation that I would want to be also be part of. I don't know how to like re-put it well so that it will align to how you will get me right. So what I'm saying is the conversation is good. We have the right. We are not in the election period, right? So we have the right to have this conversation. And part of this conversation, I've listened to other people's opinion, But then talking about Goodluck Ebele Jonathan coming back, in my own opinion, does not, align with my opinion. That is what I mean. He's not coming back to do anything different from what he did when he was the president. And this was exactly what Nigerians did when Buhari came back and messed everything up. Everybody that knew Buhari's administration then, they were warning and said when this man was head of state, it was terrible. This was how his administration was, and nobody listened, and people just wanted to vote out Goodluck. And now the same thing is about to happen. Some people are beginning to, they want to bring back a Goodluck because it was better than what we have right now. So I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't have this conversation. I'm not trying to disrespect everybody. And on this note, I yield the mic. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Samuel. Thank you for correcting me where I misunderstood what you said. You see, the reason I said I responded in that manner, which obviously you didn't take kindly to. So the reason I responded to that manner is yesterday. I'm not sure if we were on this platform. Please, guys, permit me for a minute. Let me address this. It's very important. So yesterday's conversation that we had till 2 o'clock in the morning or 2:30 in the morning was about the tweet that Mr. P put out there. And personally, for me, my position was that, and it still is, that I do not see anything wrong in what the man said that he's going to run for 4 years. You don't want to, I mean, today has been a very interesting day for me because quite a number of individuals who are part of the coalition felt that the conversation yesterday, was not a good one because it would appear that a lot of people, listening to my opinion and feel that, Peter Obi was right, and that's not helping the coalition and everything. And I don't like such things. I'm not part of the coalition, right? So when people come on and say, "Oh, you shouldn't be hosting spaces like this," it's not helping an individual or something. I feel bad about. I don't feel comfortable with it. So today has been an interesting day. Oh, I said that space was not good for the coalition. Your opinion matters. My opinion doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm only one person. There are about 200 Nigerians. I can say this is what I think, right? And now here you are saying these things. So you can understand where I'm coming from. So I have conversation. I have topic that matters to myself and those who want to listen to it. And it's very important. People respect that. Sometimes it might favor the opposition. Sometimes it might favor this thing, but this is my own opinion. I have reasons why I hold spaces. So I hope you understand where I'm coming from. But thank you very much, Mr. Samuel, for your submission as we continue the conversation. Dapia, you have the mic, sir.
Okay, I just want to add a few things on the conversation and on what I said previously. So the argument that removed Jonathan in 2015 was that he took us 8 years backwards. What that mean was the economy, the Nigeria that OBJ handed over to him and Yaradua was the economy of 2003, and 8 years down the line is worse than 2015 was worse than 2003. So it's taking us 8 years backwards. So Buhari took the economy from him and spent 8 years and out there that Jonathan's economy was in 2015 was better than Buhari's economy. So Buhari has taken us 8 years backwards, plus Jonathan 16 years backwards, were backwards. So if the argument say, okay, Jonathan should run again and become the president, you are saying logically that Jonathan should take us back to 2015, even though 2015 we're not where we desired to be. So I'm still echoing the fact that he doesn't need to come back because I don't think he would present anything greater than he has done. And they would argue in his favor and say, oh, he's learned from his mistake, he's going to do things differently. But it doesn't always work that way. The damage in the last 10 years, um, he can fix it within 4 years. To be honest, even if Peter will be one of the most praised presidential candidate, he cannot fix this problem within 4 years. I don't know if this is going to be a little digression, but correct me mindset. But I think it's linked to it. One of the strongest arguments that those coalition of 2015 used against Jonathan was that it was the thorn of the North, that he should vacate. It was a thorn of the North, and politicians from the South, they joined forces, and Atiku was one of them. And give it to him. Atiku is the dominant political force in the North and in some major parts of Nigeria. So you want to ask, okay, Warrior spent 8 years, but the power was from this in the south, in the north for 8 years, and he wants to be in the power again for 8 years. And now they say, okay, they wrestle to get the ticket back to the south, but he still wants to be in the power for this thing. I don't know Peter Obi personally. I've never met him, but based on the fields I have around, I'm not campaigning for him, but I have this conviction. You can throw me out that if the guy say he's gonna be in office for 4 years, I think he's going to be in office for 4 years. You will not want to seek more than 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're not really out of line, but the thing is, I mean, you try to marry everything together. Which brings us back to the calculation side of this, because a lot of people have said that they do not want him back because they felt that he wasn't a good president. He did some of the things he did you are not comfortable with. But when it comes to politics, I want us to look at it from this angle. So perhaps somebody want to and respond to it. It's all about calculation. The North might want to look at it and say, he only, it's 4 years, it's 4 years. So we stand a better chance for him to complete, in quote, Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 4 years since it's the South, right? So there are people in the North who want to look at it from that angle. There are people who will say this is the best thing for us. So in as much as he might not be the right person, but politicians, when it comes to choosing, it's all about calculation. The time they brought the late Muhammadu Buhari, I know quite a number of individuals who liked him and respect him, don't want to talk about him, but because we're on this platform, I would like to briefly touch on it. When APC was formed and everything, one of the things that they look for is who is going to win this election, who has the numbers, right? There are the likes of Conquest, the likes of Atiku Abubakar, quite a number of them were on that plot, trying to get this ticket. But one of the things they did was they calculated, okay, this guy has these 12 million votes, right? We might not agree that it's 12 million, but for the sake of this conversation, let's say it's 12 million votes. So they looked at it. If we're able to get this 12 million votes from the North, and then we go to the South, be it the Southeast or Southwest or, South-South, and gather some numbers which would take us over 12 million, we stand a better chance. So I want us to look at it because morally, it might not be the right thing, but politically, these guys sometimes, the way they reason is different from the way we are reasoning. So I just want us to have a little think about why some individuals are pushing for him. On that note, I can see some individuals raising their hands, but let's quickly allow those who has not contributed to be part of the conversation. Then I'll come back to Gentle and Mr. Discipline. Please do bear with me for a minute. Take care, you have the mic. So what is your take? Do you think it's right time for Goodluck Jonathan to come back?
Hi, my side. Good evening, everyone, on the space. No, it is not time for Goodluck Jonathan to come back. Last year, when this kite was flown, I believe that the group of the people that flew that kite was a coalition of people that were aggrieved by the subsidy is gone group. There were a coalition of people that were enjoying the double dollar exchange rate. There were people of the rent-seeking elites in Nigeria. This time around that this conversation is back up, I think is by a different group flying the same kite, doing a sensor to monitor or kind of get a pulse of if it will favor the APC this time around to split the vote in the southeast, and just a tiny bit of the north. That way they can deny that Atiku actually won or Peter B actually won. And I think that's the kite that is being flown here. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan has already inked his name. In the good books of history, any attempt to come back will destroy a legacy that can never be resuscitated. You have to remember that, he was the SI unit, that power must rotate between the North and the South for 8 years. The North started it. They ganged up and took him out for that particular reason. The South supported them. They believed that it was time for the North to be due their 8 years, and they got their 8 years. So coming back South and saying that, you can go back North, it's not going to fly. They started it. That cycle started up North. Goodluck Jonathan is somebody that is, if that argument that he has been president once, he has another 4 years,
They can also say he can deputize Atiku. After all, he has been VP for less than 8 years. So he can still go in as VP. So he can deputize Atiku if they want something that will fly, to garner support from the South to help them wrestle power from the APC. It's obvious that the owners of Nigeria do not want Peter to be in power. If not, some of these extrapolations will never have come up because at this rate, I do not see why they do not openly cast their support to one of the candidates. They will not cast their support for Atiku because it's one of them, and he could just edge them out. They will not cast their support for Tinubu because he has already edged them out. They are trying to find something to gain back from some of these things that policies that has been instituted by this government that has really taken that feeding bottle out of their mouths. And they do not trust P2B to restore what has been taken from them. So their interests will not align with him. And so therefore, you're not going to see, it will be rare. I'll count it a miracle, but they say in Nigeria, miracle not the Jesus. So it's still possible that they can give him their support. JEG is one of the easiest people to demarket. The Diziani files are still there, they are still fresh. He's the easiest person to demarket. Anybody bringing him up right now is just wasting their resources on something that will be tarnished in less than 1 month of heavy campaigning. So I don't see how anybody will waste their resources in bringing in this kind of thing up. And I think JAG has wisened up a little since he left office to understand what actually happened to him in 2015. How I'm sure he's still healing from the wounds that were left at his back by his supporters, especially up north, that he thought he had by his side, that period. So it's a very no-go area. It's a kite being flown. This time I don't even know who the sponsors are, but if they're listening, I mean, don't waste your resources on this errand. It will be wasting your truly wasting your resources because it won't go anywhere, except if, of course, if it's the current government that is doing this just to stretching their hand come 2027. Thank you. I yield. Thank you very much, Teki, for your wonderful submission. And now the thing is a lot of people are looking at it from the angle of the opposition, right? Sorry, the coalition. Now, I said the little, it's not up to 1% that I know. There are some individuals who are not part of the coalition who are really interested in Goodluck Jonathan. I mean, those individuals in PDP, there are some, that's actually one strong person in the PDP. It's left for you to go and do your findings. He'll work with him. And that, is actually a governor who really believed that he should be given opportunity. He believed that he's the right person. That particular governor has not given up on that. So I want us to look at it from that angle. It's not only the coalition. There are others who are not part of the coalition. The little I know. Remember this word, the little I know. So who are really interested in for him to clean the ticket and come back again. But thank you guys. As I pass the mic to, I'm not sure if we have any other new speaker. Okay, Mr. Gentle, please go ahead. Since we do not have any other speaker.
Okay, thank you so much, Mindset. And I wanted to react to the previous comment you made earlier before the last person spoke. And that's about where you are also bringing out a fantastic question. Like, don't you think that a Goodluck Jonathan will favor, the North to cede power after 4 years? And the simple answer is true. It's clear to even a little child that this favors, I believe, not really the North, but politicians. And it will interest you to know, in my own opinion, that I will even say that the politicians that this thing favors are not just those in the North, but even some ambitious politicians in the South who will want to work in the Northern government in 2031, based on the sharing formula. I know it's not constitutional, but we can stop referring that because that's been the case. But the truth of the matter is that in as much as this is going to favor some politicians, majorly from the north, but some from the south, let's assume that this I know the last comment you mentioned, mindset is that this could be from any other party apart from the coalition. But let me even imagine that if this is coming from the coalition, in my own understanding, is banking on the people, to stand the chance in the next election. And if they are banking on the people, and it's obvious that the coalition doesn't have the federal might, I don't think a Goodluck Jonathan will give them any realistic chance, because the people that they are banking on, you know, for the most of them are locked down for P2B. That's just my opinion, but that's just what I feel. Most of them are locked down for a P2B candidacy, and I don't think it's transferable. And in that case, it's going to be difficult for a Goodluck Jonathan candidacy to be banking on the people. And if we take it from the other side, let's say this opinion is coming from a different camp other than the coalition, let's say a PDP or any other party, it will more or less be to cause a spoiler, either or mostly from the coalition, because you agree with me that a Goodluck Jonathan, who is a southerner, and our president, who is currently serving and also a southerner, going into the race, we definitely, and let's assume PWB is going from the coalition. You know, APC, we believe that a Goodluck Jonathan can still draw some sympathy from the south, and take away some votes from a P2B candidacy, for example, or take away a vote from an article, for example, whoever gets the coalition. Of course, I'm strongly rooting for P2B. I no doubt about that. So, in all these things, I don't think, like I stated before, that a Goodluck Jonathan coming to meddle himself with the global recognition he already have, with the reputation he's still enjoying, even though some people don't agree that he tried his best during his time. I don't think it would be wise, and if anybody that is in Goodluck camp is listening, I don't think it's wise for him to come and meddle himself in this kind of arrangement, because obviously, if he's going there for a win, it is almost unrealistic, based on he doesn't have the federal might and he doesn't have the people, majorly, so to say. And if he's also going for a spoiler, that is not good for his name at all. I believe he has more thing, better to do with his life than doing that. I yield. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gentle, for your submission. You did say in the course of your submission that if they are listening, they are listening. They are listening. I can tell you that for free. They are listening to yourself, and they are listening to all the speakers and your submissions. They are listening to you guys. So hence, I said what I said. When we have topics like this, it's not that we just want to talk. It's just that there are people you're speaking to. People always say you're not close to the government. You are very close to the government because technology have made things a little bit easier for you to be very close. It's left for them to listen to yourself and say, okay, I just had these guys saying these things, and this is what they're saying. I don't think it's worth it, and everything. And you'll be surprised and you'll be amazed how your opinion, one of the things that yourself and others have said, shape narrative where politicians are. I want you guys to understand that you have the power. Hence, hosting spaces for me, I don't know about others. This is, one of the things that I encourage every other person. Try and do it. It's very good because these guys are listening. You guys have made a lot of impact, but you don't know. Only people like myself or others will tell you, Mr. Okoro, Mr. Samuel, this what you said. They are discussing what you said in the presidential villa, or maybe yes or no, or maybe some governors are discussing what you said. You don't know the power you have. You don't know the power you have. So you guys, I'm very pleased to, I'm very happy whenever we have this kind of conversation, because it's not only to us alone, it's to those who are our leaders. But thank you very much as we continue the conversation. the co-host, please, is there any way we can bring this individual up? Mr. David. There is a Mr. David on saying, let me quickly say, said Mike, please. If you're able to see him, David HDUL, Mr. Olusegun, if you're able to see him, please, sir. Thank you.
I'm trying, but when I approve, it shows error. I'm trying, but when
Okay.
I approve them, it shows error.
Okay, let's see what we can do to help. Please, those who are requesting for the mic, can you, I don't know why the error is there, try and leave the platform and rejoin. Maybe that will help myself and my co-host to see what we can do to bring you guys up. And before I pass the mic, wow, quite a very interesting name. I cannot pronounce your name, but let me quickly read out what you say. The former President Goodluck Jonathan coming in at this moment simply serve to put pressure on the coalition and this process could end up being just a dummy variable. Thank you very much, sir. That's a very interesting take. And Mr. Nicholas said, if you listen to the Minister of Aviation yesterday, Keyamo, on channels, you would understand the game at play. Goodluck himself would not find conversation worthy of response. Let's stay focused. Thank you very much, sir. Whether he will find it, he wouldn't find it. Politicians, you don't know how they reason. These are the people that when you speak to them, you're telling somebody there's no pathway here, and they're telling you, no, let's try it, let's keep going. So the way they reason is different from the way we reason. But thank you guys for your comment on the comment section. As I pass the mic to Dr. Usman. Doctor, you have the mic, sir.
Yes, so mindset, thank you very much. So I'm just trying to add to what I said earlier on in connection to what other people have said. This whole narrative of Goodluck Jonathan, almost in every election cycle, is kind of having an origin from a faulty assumption or narrative that the North and the South have some kind of agreement of 8 years of presidency. And I don't think that is correct because I have started voting in the presidential elections consistently from 1999. The only time I didn't vote was in 2015, and that time I was studying in the UK. So I voted for presidential elections throughout from 1999 to date, and then I knew how these things work. Usually, what we have is a politician, whether from the north or a politician, whether from the south, becoming too powerful and then kind of find his way to power. It was not some kind of agreement or arrangement that somebody has to go for 4 years, like now that we're talking about Jonathan coming to complete his own 4 year tenure so that the power is going to come back to the north. That arrangement is just in the imagination of people. And sometimes it beats me when I see intelligent people, educated people not looking at the trend of election system in Nigeria. From 1999 to 2003, in every election cycle, almost all the major tribes have contested in that election in different political parties. And you have to go and fact check me. Even in the party primaries of all the major political parties, almost all the major tribes in Nigeria have contested party primaries with the incumbents in those parties, probably with the exception of 2015 election when Jonathan was the sole candidate. If that party, the PDP, we didn't print only one form for Goodluck Jonathan, I'm very sure other people from the north or somewhere else, or even people from other parts of the South, were going to contest that presidential party primaries with Goodluck Jonathan. So what we're having right now is that we had a presidential candidate from Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, who now later became president for 8 years. He did what he did, rightly or wrongly. I believe he didn't perform. It was a failed administration. And Tinubu went to Abikuta and said, Emilokan, he was saying it was my turn. When Tinubu wanted to take this power, he didn't come to say it was the turn of the South because a Northern has finished. No, he was saying that it is his turn. So right now that he has this turn, rightly or wrongly, whether he won or he didn't win, and I don't believe that he won that election, but somehow he ended up now in that seat. And now then the argument now is a Southern presidency, and then we're kind of shopping around to see somebody who's going to, let's say, if we're tired of Tinubu, we need to replace him with another Southern guy. For me personally, I don't care where the president comes from, because Buhari came from my own state origin. Buhari came from my own tribe. He came from my own religion. He came from my own everything and messed up the country. I have written about him more than 1,000 times. So if we are going to have this north-south continuation of this debate, it's not going to help this country to grow. Let's look at the whole gamut of all these guys who want to become president. Let's pick the guy who has the best blueprint, or somebody who has some track record of service, or somebody who already have an appeal between the different, ethnic nationalities, somebody who can actually defeat Tinubu. But if we continue with this north-south discussion, Tinubu holds the INEC, he holds the military, he holds the judiciary, he holds everything. We're going to end up with another Tinubu again. So then if Tinubu finishes his 8-year term, if he likes, by that time he's going to destroy the Nigerian constitution in such a way that he's going to go for a third term. And I don't see anybody who has the power to stop him from doing so. Assuming if he doesn't want to go for a third term, Tinubu is going to shop around for the most useless northerner that you can think of. The most useless northerner in that APC is the person that Tinubu is going to hand over this power to. So why are we discussing about this north-south nonsense that is not helping anybody except the politicians? That is my concern. I
Sorry,
use my mic.
So, doctor, let me come in. Let me come in because we go back. Why are we discussing that? I'm not discussing north south. The conversation is about Goodluck Jonathan for those who feel that he did well in 2011, and he should have continued from 2015, but something happened and he wasn't able to continue. So it's a good thing to give him the opportunity. But then again, there's something you say which I would like to react to. I'm not digressing from the conversation, but it's very important I react to this. You mentioned that Goodluck Jonathan, 2015 election, it has always been everybody has the right to contest. That I will agree to. But one of the reasons a lot of people, especially from the north, you're a northerner, so you should know this better than myself, disagreed that they wouldn't support Goodluck Jonathan was the belief the power should go back to the north, right? That was one of the things. It's not only, sorry, permit somebody's mic was on, please. That was one of the things. So I'm not here to say the right person should not rule Nigeria. We shouldn't vote for it. But let's, when we are having this kind of conversations and we know that we have quite a number of individuals listening, let's try and balance it up. Yes, he printed only one form, but one of the reasons the likes of Atiku Abubakar and Bukola Saraki and, what have you, quite a number of them decided to say, enough of this is that he should stop. Somebody needs to continue, complete the late year at Duazin. That was one. I didn't say it's the only reason. That's one of the reasons. So let's at least put that into consideration. That yes, there is this sentiment here that the South should be given an opportunity, and some of the persons in the North who wants Goodluck Jonathan to come in, are not only saying he should come in because they believe he's the right candidate, but they are looking at it from, at least let's allow the South to complete their 8 years, then we can start from 2031. So that's the little comment I would like to make. That you probably might disagree with me, but that's my own thought on it. I see you raise your hand, so you can respond quickly.
Sir, let me just use 1 minute to say something. I can tell you the reason why Jonathan lost that 2015 election was not about the turn of the North. Anybody who told you that is just creating narrative. I'm a social scientist. I know how people create narratives. Jonathan misfired when he was president. He allowed Boko Haram to fester, and that was the reason what angered the North, because at that time there was this sentiment that Jonathan was the sponsor of Boko Haram. Also, people around Jonathan or some Niger Delta militants were the sponsors of Boko Haram. So that was the reason why the North were angry. And besides that, Muhammad Buhari stepped into the political scene just when Obasanjo was in his first term, and he was relentless. He ran against Obasanjo in 2003. He ran against Obasanjo again, Eradua in 2007. He ran again. He was running against everybody until when Tinubu realized that he can join hand with this guy and take that power from Goodluck Jonathan. So there were a lot of discussions, but believe you me, anybody who is old enough or he has been following Nigerian politics enough and wants to be sincere will tell you that the reason why Jonathan lost the election was not the turn of the North. The guy was not doing very well, and the North has the voting population in partnership with the same Bola Tinubu they take him out of power. That was the main reason. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so your point is that is the main reason. Mine is one of the reasons. Gosh, I don't want to overhog the mic, so let's give other the opportunity. If not, Doctor would have taken. I would have loved a situation where yourself. We just have this conversation, or we have this debate. If you permit me to use the word debate about 2015, and remember what Goodluck, the former president Olusegun Obasanjo said about Goodluck Jonathan promised him and everything. But let's leave that for now. So let it not be that I'm overhogging the mic and I'm not giving people opportunity to. And let's quickly pass the mic to Discipline. You raise your hand. Please go ahead, sir.
Please go ahead. Yeah. So I was going to respond to the question you were asking about the interest of those that are pushing for the Goodluck Jonathan agenda. So, in my opinion, I think whoever they are that are championing the whole idea should try and read the room. I don't think this is even actually the right time to push that agenda. First of all, Goodluck Jonathan has two pathways to contest if he were to contest for presidency again.
All right. Unfortunately, we've lost Discipline. Big Sam, my co-host, who is doing a great job this evening. How are we getting on with bringing people up? I can see 24 requests. Is there any way we can bring them up?
Mindset, it is it
Yes,
is
sir.
still showing error. It is still showing error. I don't know where the problem is coming from.
Okay, let me see if I can address that. So those on the comment on those requesting for the mic, please. We are trying our best to see if we can bring you guys up. And if for some reason the co-host is saying it's showing error, if you don't mind, please, if it's okay, if it's safe to do so, you can leave the platform and try and see. You can drop, not leave the platform. You can drop requesting from the mic and request again. And if you can put a comment section out there, put on the comment section that you're requesting for the mic, we would love to, we'll try our best to make sure that you're part of the conversation. On that note, I would like to pass the mic to, I think we have a new speaker, Mr. Sadiq. Please, is there if you don't mind, sir, can we allow the new speaker to speak? I'll come back to you, please. I hope that's okay. So, is it Mr. or Mrs. Hunger Dale, Hunger, the man with Mr. Ifora. Please, am I still audible? Can somebody help me out?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so the individual I've called to speak is not responding. So, Mr. Sadiq, you can go ahead. You raise your hand. So I'm going to respectfully remove him as a speaker then.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mindset. I want to re-echo the position of Mr. Dr. Usman. Actually, in 2014, part of the reason, in my own opinion as well, Jonathan lost that election, especially in the north, is mostly because of issue of Boko Haram. Because when you look at even the numbers, based on the votes, you will see that he was able to do very well in some parts of the north where you have that are PDP stronghold. He was still able to do very well. He had strong politicians from the north, from different some of those states. For example, you look at Jigawa, you look at Sokoto. He was doing very well there. Kebbi, but the major problem he had, I think, was that issue of Boko Haram. Even when you look at the margin between him and the then winner, the late President Muhammadu Buhari, you see that it's around 2 point something to 3 million votes, which, if realistically we are looking at those votes, even then you see that there were a lot of electoral malpractices in some places. It's not because of regional advantage that the vote will come, the president must come from the north this time around. Is, I think, in 2014 it wasn't mostly about that. Even the APC then were campaigning strongly on the security lapses in the country, especially in the north, about Boko Haram. That's just my contribution.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Your wonderful submission. Now, if you heard what I said one of the reasons. Now we have to look at it from, you just got to balance this up. The issue of Boko Haram, there was a lot of things going on in the country, and the things against him, they were there. But politically, even within the PDP, right, the party that happens to be his party, some of the Northerners there, some of them believe that he shouldn't continue because the North should be allowed, because he made a promise based on what was said, quote and unquote, in South Africa when he went to South Africa to saying this is what he said, and Obasanjo is saying that he told him that he will only do 4 years. So that played a part. If we're going to be honest about how things transpired, we cannot in good faith take away the fact that some Northerners believe that Goodluck Jonathan should have, shouldn't have contested because he should have allowed, because that played a part. I'm not saying that the insecurity, the Boko Haram, and other things did not play, but this is another, this played its own part because Northerners believe power should go back to the North. We have to be, you have to say it the way it is. Sometimes it doesn't suit a lot of people, but I do agree with you and Dr. Usman. Yes, on the issue of Boko Haram and everything, but for us to stand here or sit here and say that the issue that power should not go to the South, the North, did not play a part, we are not being helpful to ourselves. But thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful submission. I don't know how my co-host is doing in bringing people up. There are people requesting for the mic.
Mindset, I think some of the people on the speaker session, some need to drop for us to bring one person, to bring like 2 people up. Because I see one person drop and I bring another person. The person approved the speaker.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much. So respectfully, please session and you think that you're not going to contribute again, if you think there's nothing else for you to contribute, please, if you can respectfully leave the platform. But if you think you want to be part of the conversation and you want to respond to some of the things that have been said, you are welcome to stay, just to give us the opportunity to bring others as well. Thank you.
Mindset, I just want to do a quick response and I can go back to the listener section to make space for others to come up. Is that okay?
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I just want to respond to the 2 speakers. While their points about Jonathan, Goodluck Jonathan it's partly correct, but I also like the fact that you're giving a different perspective or an inclusive perspective on what happened. But they need to also remember that the sentiments that external and internal PDP supporters had at that time for Goodluck Jonathan was that the Northern Caucus in PDP that broke out and formed new PDP to strengthen APC were the ones behind the narrative that power must rotate back to the North. So this sentiment is not coming out of thin air. It's not coming out of lack of education. It's not coming out of lack of facts or any of those things. And sentiments are hard things to fight against with facts because they are mostly emotional, whether you believe them, whether they're accurate or not. So just wanting to just throw that out there. You're fighting against something that is an emotional perceptive that it probably will take another maybe 8 years before that notion is driven to a point where people can say, okay, yeah, it wasn't that. No, we saw the movement from New PDP. We saw the coalition of New PDP, and we saw the heads of the people that were in the New PDP that moved over to the APC to give it that added advantage needed to remove Goodluck Jonathan from office. So I just wanted to just make that point clear. No matter how you want to do it, this is not the cycle to try to change that narrative, it will fall flat on its face. Nobody's going to believe that. And I just want to make that clear. You know, the notion of people mostly in the South is the North had a corrective measure. They want to put in by the whole 8 year South North divide, and they made that correction with President Mohamed Buhari, and that correction needs to stay, even though most of the norms in Nigeria in political understanding are being broken down one by one. This one will be a hard one to take back. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Teke, for your submission. As I've said, this is, Dr. Usman and the previous speaker, I forgot his name, they have, they have a point, because the issue of Boko Haram and insecurity played its part, but we cannot, in good faith, say that the idea of the power should go to the North did not play a part. So we are all correct, and we probably might be incorrect as well. That's what conversation is all about. So for those joining us, please, I just want to make it very clear. The question is very simple. There is a rumor out there that the former president, Goodluck Jonathan, is coming back to contest. Do you think it's a good thing for him to contest? If you think it's a good thing, fine. If you think it's not, please let us know what you think. As I pass the mic to, I think it's Nuhu. Mr. Nuhu, you have the mic, sir.
Thank you, mindset. I appreciate. I actually will say one thing before addressing the topic. Like this issue of North and South power rotation, it appears to be more louder, towards 2027 than it has ever been. For instance, a lot of people believe, even including myself, that had Obi not contested 2023 election, Atiku, a northerner, would have defeated Tinubu. And the funny thing is that Tinubu got more votes in the north than he got in the south. That means there was every tendency that Atiku and Tinubu may probably have scored almost 50% votes of the north. And there was, arguably, some people believe Atiku probably would have won Southeast and did so much well, if not 50% or more in the South-South. So this argument of power rotation, even in 2015, honestly, in the North, the sentiment that brought Buhari to power in the North was not really that this is a turn of the North.
Sorry. I
been...
do apologize, Mr. Nuhu. I want us to be very clear with what the conversation is, because I don't want us to digress to another thing. We are not discussing power rotation. The reason, maybe I'm not sure when you joined, the reason you heard myself and the others briefly spoke about it, just that we are saying Goodluck Jonathan, why he was, a lot of people didn't want him to come back, and people were arguing that it's because he was incompetent, he wasn't doing it. And I say that so one of the reasons was because the North believe it's the south of the part of the North. So the conversation has absolutely nothing to do with whether Peter will be an article or power sharing. So I want us to go back to the conversation, if that's okay with you, sir. The question.
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Sorry,
no, it's okay, sir. Pardon? Sorry, sir.
I pleaded earlier before I start talking that I want to make this point before.
Yes, I heard what you said, but the problem here, please permit me, sir. The problem here is this, right? It will now move us from whether Atiku and Obi and everything. So I would have loved a situation whereby you make your submission about Goodluck Jonathan and you can try and marry the whole thing together. Let's not move away from whether Atiku wants Obi and everything. I hope that's okay, sir. Thank you very much.
The truth is that Goodluck didn't lose 2015 election solely on the basis that he was underperforming. And actually, he had some areas where his weaknesses were too obvious for many people, including even those that ordinarily have never loved Buhari before. Even though I voted him 2015, I'm from the North. But a lot of people that I know initially have nothing to do with Buhari chose to vote for Buhari against Jonathan 2015. So, and we can see that the Buhari people voted as, an alternative to Jonathan 2015 showed completely that he was a colossal failure. So I am voting Jonathan coming into the picture now. Definitely, he has an edge if the excuse is about his credibility or his ability to perform. But then I do not see how Jonathan fit into especially this narrative of turn by turn. For instance, I believe that the ethnic group among the three major ethnic groups in Nigeria that Nigerians should be considering for power is Southeast. And Jonathan coming into the picture looks like an attempt to completely suspend the possibility of the Southeast presidency in the nearest future. So, in my personal opinion, I just do not see Jonathan coming as something we should clamor for. But then the argument going round, Obi or nothing, you see how people just put on their sentiment without practically looking into the possibility of how their quest or their aspiration can be achieved. So Jonathan coming into the picture, to me, does not look like an actual thing. It's just to manipulate the everybody trying to project a narrative that seem to give him a better advantage. For instance, for the obedience, they believe that it must be Peter Obi. So, and with the Obi's tweet yesterday, in my opinion, it appears it triggered some articulates to feel, okay, if it is the argument is about the South, then Jonathan fits into this argument. But for me, in all the contacts I made, it doesn't look like it's an actual thing. This Goodluck thing is just like just a game play, something like that. But if it becomes, maybe like something that must be for the opposition, I don't have option. I have to send Tinubu. My vote is against Tinubu. Whoever emerges as a candidate against Tinubu, I will vote for him. But in my opinion, Goodluck Jonathan does not fit into the power calculation or equation in Nigeria today, honestly speaking. But that's my view. So I yield.
Thank you.
And sorry, in respect to the, that's why sometimes it appears we make our projection based on how we see things. Personally, I have never voted based on power rotation. And I have always seen that power rotation has never been the determining factor of voting in Nigeria. Even the 2015 election, like I started saying, was not basically because the North wanted power, but because Jonathan could not handle it properly. And the moment Tinubu, Buhari secured alliance with Bola Tinubu, every sound and student of history knew that Jonathan was a goner because he's from a demographic that does not have advantage over Buhari merging with Tinubu. So it was definitely not, if Tinubu had not supported Buhari, the North would have shouted their turn and nothing would have happened. It was not possible for Buhari to win the election, without Tinubu. So I think it's not really, you can agitate, but you need to agitate with strategy. So even the Southern turn, the obedience claim that, it is a turn of the South, it doesn't look like a strategy to me. It's not a good strategy because I don't think they have the number advantage to win Tinubu. But because we all have our sentiment, like I said, sometimes when you have a way you see, if there's a way you are looking at things, it tends to manipulate your mind into just believing it must be this way without even critically analyzing how things will pan out. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ngo, for your wonderful submission. So just to to correct something, maybe you probably might not like the word correct, but the thing is, the whole thing about Goodluck Jonathan didn't actually started yesterday when that tweet was made, right? Because it's been out there. A lot of people have been flying that kite. There are things happening in the scene. Okay, will it be better and all this? So that has been there. Perhaps you probably might be right to say that he actually helped to amplify it more. But to say that it only started yesterday, I do not want to believe that's what's happened. But you might have some information that I don't have. Well, thank you very, very much, my very good friend, Mr. Nuhu, for your wonderful submission. As we pass the mic to Ari, while you raise your hand before I can go to the next speakers. Mr. Ari, while you raise your hand. See, the problem with Ari is he's not able to hear me.
No, my friend, I was trying to actually I can hear you now, actually. I wasn't hearing you earlier.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, quickly, so because I can go to Mr. Odunayo, his next speaker. I heard you. I saw you.
I wish to quickly respond to something the last speaker mentioned about the emergence of Buhari. Actually, it's accommodated by or helped by Tinubu, or he has no pathway to become president. If not, I want to use a general context to analyze that is not true. You know, respectfully, I would disagree with that. The problem with the concept of election actually depends highly on the mood of the country. Of course, there are politicians that have a good number of followers, loyal followers to them. And then there are people who actually rode on a wave or the particular trajectory the country was going on at that time. The 13 million votes or the votes that Goodluck Jonathan got in 2015, I can tell you for sure that he can't even get half of that in this 2027 election that is coming through, because the mood of the country is no longer the same with what happened in the previous election that he ran. So the trajectory of an election is determined by what mood the country is taking at that time and what exactly is happening on the political scene. You might have 13 million votes in the last election and you'll be struggling to have 2 million votes in another one. Nuhu Ribadu, the current NSA, at some point had over 2 million votes in an election in Nigeria, but he could not even secure the ticket to become the APC flag bearer in Adamawa State. So this is how it works. When it was a perfect period in 2015 for a Buhari emergence. It has nothing to do with Tinubu. Actually, it's the other way around. Because if Tinubu didn't run under the flag, under the party of Buhari, at Buhari as a successor, he wouldn't even have emerged. All the northern votes he got was thanks to Buhari, a huge chunk of them. Forget about this issue of northern governors and what have you. So not to take much time, mindset, I will yield for now.
All right, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to hear people's thoughts and everything. Sometimes it would appear that the topic is moving to something else. Should we continue with that one? But thank you, sir. Let's continue with the topic we have at hand. There's a rumor that the former President Goodluck Jonathan is coming back. There are people who are scheming for him to come back. What is your take on it? On that note, I'll pass the mic to I call him Dr. Mr. Odunayo. You have the mic, sir.
All right, thank you so much. My said, good evening. I trust you fine, sir. Yeah, anyways, there's no cause for alarm if you ask me. This is because Jonathan himself have been on sabbatical for a long time after he left power. He has not demonstrated leadership, if you ask me. This is not, I don't have anything against his person, but I think very well that when his party lost the election in 2015, he didn't show leadership to the party. He left the party to be in disarray. People like Wike could take over the party leadership and put money in their party. If you have shown leadership in that party, the party PDP will still be a party by now. But unfortunately, when the time came for him to show leadership, he failed the party. And which party do you want to go to? The loyalists he had 2015, and many of them are with him today or can vouch for him today. So I think it's a mirage. I think it's just an illusion. I just believe very well that just people who hit up the polity and poke up a lot of things for us to discuss and argue about it. But I think very well, I think the guy is a very reasonable person. I don't think he would do all those things because I think he lack leadership very well, strong leadership. He lack discipline. He lack it very well to make certain kind of statements and stay on it. The party he's connected with lost election, and that was the party that made him who he is today. 1999, he became deputy governor. And around for 2007, he became the 2005, rather, he became governor of the state. And the twilight of his administration, they made him the vice president candidate to Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua died, he became president of Nigeria again. So PDP made him. So you can't take away PDP from his life. But when PDP was disintegrating, and when PDP needed him the most to show leadership, the man was not there. He wasn't there. There's no place of romance in language. It doesn't show leadership. And I don't think Nigeria needs character that cannot show leadership when Nigeria are at the lowest. Sometimes leadership does not come with, it comes with a lot of challenges. One of them is decision-making process. I don't think Jonathan has the mental wherewithal, the complexity of making a decision for Nigerian people. I don't think he may be a good guy, maybe a good husband, he may be a good father to his children. There's no doubt about that. But leadership, I voted against it in 2015. I think I would do it again very well. But I don't think he has changed. 2 months ago, I watched an interview of him saying people worked against him, talking about things. He couldn't name names. He couldn't, as president of Nigeria, he couldn't make a name. He was trying to be more diplomatic, more politically correct, and all those things. I don't think that's what Nigeria is right now. You get it. Sometimes there is a way to be diplomatic, but I think sometimes you show leadership. From 2015, 2010 to 2015, Jonathan could not show leadership. Even when he was at the level when Yar'Adua died, or Yar'Adua was sick, because Yar'Adua left Nigeria 23rd of November 2009. And nobody heard from anything. They talk, oh, is this, is going where, is doing that, and all that. To the extent that he alluded that a minister or somebody was giving letter by Yar'Adua to transmit power to him, but unfortunately the person did not render the letter to him, or sometimes the letter to the National Assembly, as the case may be, and all that. But he was too quiet. There's nothing was going on around him. Providence and all that. People like Save the Nigerian Group, headed by UK Odimaki, late UK Odimaki, and Pastor Tunde Bakari, were people that mobilized Nigerians. With Wole Soyinka that today they talk about, mobilize Nigerians to defend what it is that National Assembly have to bequeath what we call the doctrine of necessity, to implement a particular provision in section 121 to the effect that the president will leave power for more than 6 weeks or 1 month, then another person take over from him, even though he doesn't transmit any letter to the National Assembly. So I think that Jonathan have not shown any you're not making any decision, particularly Freedom of Information Act, for instance. I think from President Industrial PIBB stayed with him as a president from that same region where this oil resources is being maligned in that sense. He didn't take any decision on it. He didn't take any decision on it until he took Buhari in 2018 to pass into law. I don't think he's a leader. 2, the issue of Niger Delta was before him. People talk about his regime with Yar'Adua. Yar'Adua came with 7-point agenda. He came with transformation agenda. He did not continue from where Yar'Adua stopped. That is a fact. You can check your phone. He did not continue from there. Started transformation agenda. Yar'Adua was 7-point agenda. So he does not have any agreement with Yar'Adua's views on politics and all of that. And he talked about the Niger Delta issue. He did not, due to the fact that Yar'Adua was the brain behind it. Unfortunately, when he died, the intention he had did not materialize. Even up to this moment, the issue of Niger militancy and all those young people, they are not having schools, they are not having the basic things of life. So the fact that you took some people out of this place and get them educated and they left Nigeria does not solve the problem. The problem will be reunited when reignited rather when the time comes. That's Goodluck Jonathan. He did 2013. He did a national conference. And people say, oh, the time was very short for him to do so. I agreed. What did he even do? After the conference, what did he do? He had enough time to do those things. And he knew that he doesn't have the time to do all these things. Why would we start what we cannot finish? Nigeria spent 7 billion naira on that project. What is the project for? Is it for archives? Is it for us to refer to, go and read and come back and not to implement? So I think very well that Jonathan didn't show leadership on many factors. That's why I never feel any remorse for not voting for him in 2015. I never voted for him before and all that. So, but 2015, I was very happy not doing so because he never showed leadership. He may be a good guy from my own perspective. He may be a good father. He may be a good husband. But leadership in Nigeria, Jonathan will be. And when he come back again, he's going to do worse. Because when he does anything and he sees the post of people, he may come back. That doesn't mean that he has conscience. Sometimes he takes tough decisions for people and all that. Today, Tinubu is being celebrated for removing some subsidy that he fought Jonathan for. Even though Jonathan could not communicate to people and all that. These are the issues. I don't think Jonathan was a leader for Nigeria and all that. Even as a governor of Bayelsa State, he didn't do much. Even though he didn't spend much time and all that. So I don't know how to kowtow for people. I don't know how to massage people's ego. I will not do so today. I will not do so tomorrow. I will not do so forever. My opinion is my opinion. You can cry. You can do your temperament. You can do whatever you want to do. My opinion, my entitled to it. And if I'm given opportunity to live again 100 years, I will still do this opinion I give you today. Thank you so much, Mr. Mindset.
Thank you very much, Dr. Odunayo, for your submission. You see, one of the things about this platform is people are given the opportunity to air their views, right? We might not like it. People might dislike it, but it's your own opinion. And if they dislike it, they have every right to come on the platform and say, this is why we disagree with you. So people are using thumb down, thumbs up. It's not going to change what you believe. Perhaps you probably will learn from them and they will learn from you. But just not to let me quickly add something, Ria, to what some of the things you say. You see, for me, I try to be fair, in as much as people do not believe I am being fair to people. Now, when you say that Jonathan didn't do much and everything, he's weak. Permit me, sir, if I use the wrong word, correct me, sir. He's weak and everything. And it's very important we remember that prior to the 2015 election, there was quite a number of, things that happened. And, the power that be, outside influence played a part. And when you said, I forgot how you said it, but something akin to, he never said, the people who removed him. I want to be, you're a lawyer. So he wrote a book, and some of the interviews he gave, he spoke about how the former prime minister of Great Britain was, on his pressuring him, and we know what Obama and the likes of them did. So it's very important. Yes, some people dislike him because of the way he plays his politics, but it's always important to actually see that he was under pressure. I'm not taking side with him, as always, but I want us to have that at the back of our mind. But one of the things that you said that I really like is that this whole thing is just a distraction, is a mirage. So yourself and every other person that has spoken, you're trying to kill that story, which is the best thing you can do at this point. So when somebody brings out the topic, Jonathan is coming back, you say, listen, guys, there's nothing here. You just forget about it. They're trying to change the narrative. So I really, really like that. Thank you once again, Doctor. I call you Doctor. I don't know why. Dr. Dunayo, for your wonderful submission. As I pass the mic to Mr. Peter. Mr. Peter K.O., good evening, and thank you for joining us, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate giving me the mic, and I say hello to everyone. Okay, so I don't like whether all these basketballs front and back about an issue, but the reality is that I may disagree with some point the last speaker raised. You understand? And I disagree from the angle of democracy. What Jonathan display as the president of the country. Number one, if you talk about democratic spirit and a peaceful disposition, I think if, in my own opinion, superior argument can of course overshadow mine, but in my own opinion, I think he has that democratic spirit, and that's what I think we need, and that peaceful disposition. Which is very critical in a democratic setting, as far as I'm concerned. That's number one. Number two, when you talk about respect for rule of law and institution, I think to a large extent I will give it to him, because we are still battling with this with some of the people that have come after him in terms of rule of law and in terms of respect for institution. You understand? He tolerated what do you call it now? Opposition, and opposition grew under him, and I don't think there was any, as far as I can remember, way that he frustrated the opposition. A level playing ground was given, protests happened, and as far as I'm concerned, if we are actually practicing democracy, I have to look at the president from that angle, no matter what. Then I think, again, when you talk about commitment to education, even though, of course, it wasn't good enough, but we had universities that were established, I think about 11 or 12, I can't remember now, during his time, commitment. during his time, and after he has left, the Almajiri schools he brought to the north, which is one of the solutions we need today in Nigeria. Of course, that may not be effective enough for some people, but it's very critical as at that point in time, because that was more like a recruiting ground for some of these insurgents. And up to now, we can still see what is actually happening, you know. And when you look at the economy, you know, his team, the team that he was able to assemble, you know, because that's one of the quality of a leader. He can't do it alone. Now, when a leader is not able to assemble the right team, to if I would look at his team, I think I can say I can give his team 60%, because after even he left office, some of his team guys, the African Development Bank guy, Ngozi and Audrey, that he was able to bring up and work with, and he's not someone that wouldn't allow you to work. He gave them free hand to work, you know. Of course, there are challenges. We are not saying he had a perfect time as the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Nigeria is complicated, so definitely. And even after office, somebody say, okay, he wasn't doing well, he didn't hold the party very well. But look at him, strong regional diplomacy. He's one of those people that is going from one African country to the other. He was in Mali, he was in Gambia, and his disposition and his own testimony, I think, let me put it that way, was able to quell and resolve some of the problem in African, in these countries that I mentioned. So he has been going from one country to the other. Weaknesses, there's no doubt about it. Those weaknesses were there. You understand? You know, and corruption is one of those things, and that's one of the challenges we have in this country. The way it was managed, you understand? Even let me say the way the Boko Haram issue was actually managed. You know, poor crisis management. You know, and I'm trying to remember other ones. However, if he comes back, I think that would not be for me a problem, because I want to believe that he should be a man that have learned from his mistake. Of course, I'm not campaigning for him to come back as the president of this country. Now, two set of people that I always like to see as front burner, personally, as Nigeria is right now, there's this set of people that I like to see them contest as the president of this country. For me, is our vice president. And I can mention vice president we had since 1999. Oshibanjo is one of them. If he come up today, I think with the experience I think he got during Buhari, I think he's a good candidate. Atiku, of course, his years as with Obasanjo, for me, I think he's a good candidate. Jonathan, not just a vice president, a president, understand? Because to start running from day one, or to keep the ground running from day one, it is very critical, you know, for you to have some certain level of experience. Of course, things have changed. There's no doubt about it. If Jonathan should find himself in Aso Rock today, I want to believe he might do things differently. It's my own. It's just an assumption that's left for him. I want to believe what they call it. He might do things differently. Then another thing I'm going to talk about is that, is he the one that is calling? Is he the one that is canvassing or showing interest to become the president of Nigeria? There are people who, from of course what we know, do or die, they want to become the president of this country. So I want to believe Jonathan is sitting down, maybe in his house or wherever it is, and group of people are saying, no, I think based on our assessment, not just party, APC went for this man, don't forget. And so bought ticket for him. I can't remember how that ticketing went. Because, well, I don't know, maybe because of this north and south thing. I don't want to go into that argument. But they felt that I think this man in 2023, you know, a ticket was bought for him, or some group of people bought ticket, and the group of people that bought the ticket for him, based on some of the information we have, you understand, is these are guys maybe from the north or thereabout, you understand, meaning that they have, you know, sometimes when you cut the tail of a what they call it now, a cow, they say you now know the value. So I want to believe they now see the value of what they have thrown away, you understand, you know, because even as a president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you know that Jonathan was able to extend a handshake between the north. It was very clear. Of course, with this south way, it may not be as strong as you want to look at it, but with the north, the handshake was very, very strong. You understand? Because these are people who were part of his government. You know, so like I said, the polity is very interesting, and for me, for the ruling party now, the incumbent,
Sorry,
will know that.
Mr. Peter. I have to interject because of time. Can you kindly round up, please, so I can give up all others the opportunity to speak?
Okay, so now, what I'm going to say, the last thing I'm going to say is that 2027 is going to be very interesting. And this is a confusion even for the ruling party. I want to put it like that. Though some people are saying they are the one playing whatever it is. Of course, sometimes you might want to start something, but you may not know how it's going to end at the end of the day, the way some people are going to receive it. So it means that we have option. For me, number one, we have options in 2027. And it's very clear that APC knows that there's option in ADC. It's very clear with the coalition thing that is ongoing. We now even have option, if it is true, eventually, in what do you call it, in PDP, so the options are coming up. So it means that for me, for the ruling party, what they need to do is to give us good governance in the remaining 2 years to the end of this administration. Then the incumbency may work. But if it's business as usual, I think anything can change, because what we have in 2027 is going to be a national election. It's not a state election. It's not a local government election. Nigerians will react and they can decide to go for any of the candidates. Thank you very much for giving me the mic and tolerating me. I appreciate
Thank you
it.
very much for your wonderful submission. I have to interject because of time. So, guys, just for those who have not contributed, we're going to round up exactly 12:30. Yesterday we were here till 2:30 in the morning, and I don't want us to do same today, please. So let's be very mindful of the time, so we can give those who are on the speaker section the opportunity to speak. As I pass the mic to Mr. David, Mr. Olusegun David, you have the mic, sir. Good evening. Mr. David. Okay, it appears Mr. David is not responding. Can we go to Mr. Sonny? I think I got your name right.
Yeah,
Sonny, you have the mic, sir.
You did, sir. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I'm going to go straight to the point. Fair enough. Your space name is mindset. I want us to, have a mindset here now. The issue or the problem on the ground is Nigeria, not Mr. Jonathan or the former president. Whoever or whichever group are trying to bring him back is kind of self-centeredness. Jonathan is not complaining. He has had his time. He fought for it. And even some of us come up here, they try to misrepresent what happened. Boko Haram, for example, was an organized obstacle for Mr. Jonathan before he even came to office. It was there. We have names, we have stories of people that formed it in order to chase him out of office. And they did. And the funny thing is that the same Boko Haram is still there up to today, creating problems. So one other thing I have to say is, I am really surprised that some elite northerners like Dr. Usman that spoke, simple respect for the South. You cannot come here and tell us that, there's nothing like North and South. That's not true. We are not fools. We don't have, porous, brains. When it's time for the Northerners to give us a president, we allow that. We respect you. Any Northerner that is trying to contest this time around, it's a disrespect. It's as simple as that. And you know that. The constitution of our country or the structure of our country is skewed up in favor of the North. See, so let us be mindful that what exactly the country needs now is somebody that has to come in and reset it. It's not somebody that will come in to bring his old friends that he did not compensate when he was in office to start to compensate them. No. We need somebody that will come in to turn a new page of how to play politics. And this is one of the things, the changes that are coming. When we had other democracies, we weren't coming together to talk in the media, in the digital media like this. Yes. And this digital media is going to be one of the instruments that would elongate democracy. And I'll end like this. 2023 election was the epic or the pinnacle of political revolution. We won that. We scored that. We won that. That's why nobody talks about much about political parties now. We look at you and see what your character, your integrity, your everything is as a candidate. Then if you come,
Sorry, Mr. Sonny. Sorry, Mr. Sonny. I do apologize for doing this. I think it would have helped because we are now moving away from the topic. Please permit me, sir.
okay,
Permit me,
all
sir,
right,
because hence I said I have others who are probably might don't want to come up to listening to what yourself and
okay,
all. Please, sir, can you mute your mic for a minute? Let me learn. Thank you.
sure, absolutely.
Thank you very much, sir. There are others, people who are listening to the point that you raised, and the thoughts of the other speakers and everything. Hence, I've always made it very clear: if we can stick to the topic, there is need for this. Other topics we can decide what transpired and everything. It helps the platform to grow, and we have this kind of conversation. The question was very simple: do you think Goodluck Jonathan should have come back and everything? And we just, I hope you understand where I'm coming from. I would have loved for you to focus on that, since we have only 30 minutes and we have quite a number of individuals who are not spoken. So if you want to quickly, please, respectfully, touch on it. But if you have finished your submission, then we can pass the mic to some other person. Thank you very much.
Okay, just let me summarize what I want. Any person that is trying to bring in Goodluck Jonathan now is trying to create a diversionary tactics so that the southern part of the country would be in disarray. I yield the mic. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please do join us some other time when we have other topics, and we will bring you up to contribute. Thank you for your wonderful submission. I do not think we have any other speaker. Let's try Mr. David once again. Mr. David Olusegun, if you're still here, and we have called you to speak, but it would appear that you're not responding. So let's go to Mr. Adeyemi. Adeyemi, you have the mic, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, mindset. So let me just go straight to the point. The truth is that majority of us in Nigeria, we have short memory. How can you talk about that? Goodluck is someone that from 2011 to 2015, we had one of the best economy. We're being compared to China. The GDP was growing. We had a single-digit inflation rate. Mindset, not double, single, less than 10%. I was able to, at least, I could use my card in the United Kingdom to buy stuff. You go to the US, you can buy stuff with your card. My contemporaries, as far back as 2011, when we started working, were buying brand new cars. Brand new, not Tokumbo, tear rubber cars under that Goodluck administration. They were also, it got to a point they were doing this, their Shopee, they also did win under the Minister of Finance, that people that did not need to know anybody from Adam were getting grants and their businesses took over. I, for one, I will tell you that I was even able back then. I was employing about 3 to 5 people paying their salaries. Was the Goodluck perfect? No. Was it the best ever? Like the best of the best? No. But at least for once, we had a president that was even listening. Somebody was saying something that he did not Boko Haram. When Goodluck was targeting those Boko Haram people, the same northern elites came out in the news. They said Goodluck is killing their people. You can fact check me. They said Goodluck was killing their people. Buhari too came out. He said that the blood of the I'm not talking about the election. He was talking about that the Goodluck was also killing their own people in the north under the disguise of trying to wipe away Boko Haram. Forgetting that insecurity without internal mechanisms or internal factors, the external cannot be able to get the people involved. Look at the Chibok saga. They made sure that they use PR. You know, you were mentioning something about some days ago. Despite all the efforts of the government, they made sure that they use the PR to discredit this Goodluck government. The subsidy issue, before Goodluck set up the Shopee and you win. When he removed the Shopee, he made sure that the likes of the Okonjo Iweala, even the Sanusi, Lamido Sanusi, they were on air every day explaining these things to Nigerians, that this is why we are removing this subsidy, this is what we want to use it for, and everything. They went to sponsor protests in Ojota. The sponsor protest finish in Ojota. They make the people, then Goodluck being someone that listens, he said, okay, let this thing, let us reverse it back. So the only mistake I just feel he made was, okay, even the confirmed report, by the time he wanted to implement it, his own people in his own party, the former speaker, Tambuwa, they were already working with APC. They sabotaged this man from inside. The only person that can say Goodluck, apart from God, that Goodluck, okay, he does not want to become president, is Goodluck and the wife. If Goodluck decides today that he wants to become president and the wife say, okay, go ahead, there's nothing anybody. If you bring Goodluck, you bring Tinubu, bring Obi, all of them, Goodluck is going to flog all of them. Because some of us, our memory is still intact. You allowed the Buhari to come and waste people's 8 years for anything. Who does that? So if Goodluck is hearing, please come and do this thing and take us back. At least you have the experience. Come back and come and sanitize this country for us. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Adeyemi. That's Mr. Adeyemi's view. You have every right. Every other person have every right to disagree with him. But when it comes to the issue of removing subsidy and how they use propaganda and use PR to tarnish his image, I think don't take my word for it. You can go and do your research on this. The former governor of Ekiti State, Kayode Fayemi, was it last year or 2 years ago, spoke about it. He said they knew that what he was trying to do was the right thing, but because it's politics, they have to do what they have to do and, do all those protests to stop it. So it's left for him, and it's left for him and his family to decide if he wants to come back. It's left for Nigerians to say if you guys want him to come back. But I must say, it has been a very interesting conversation, and I must thank every one of you who has contributed, especially my very good co-hosts who have done a great job by bringing a lot of people up. Mr. Bixon, thank you very, very much. Ariwa, Mr. Sonny, Adeyemi, Mr. Peter, Dental, Obedient, and David, every one of you. This is why we have this platform. We all disagree, we agree. I've learned from every one of you. And those who are listening, who did not come up to be part of the conversations, who are on the side of let me not mention them, some individuals who have listened to your points, perhaps they will take it back to go back and reason with what you guys have said. The power belongs to each and every one of you. Let nobody tell you that coming on Spaces is a waste of time. I know what Spaces have done, and I must commend every one of you who make time to be part of what we are doing here. And thank you guys. And hopefully I will see you guys some other time and we'll continue the conversation. Listen, guys, nobody knows it all. We are here. Sorry, Mr. His elbow. Sorry, I do apologize. Let me address the same mindset. You brought me down. Why I have not spoken? I didn't bring you down. And even when my co-hosts, I did ask them, did they bring anybody down? If I brought you down, I would say to you, I brought you down. So you're making the assumption that I brought you down. Don't take that lightly. I mean, it's always good to say you were brought down. perhaps I would ask my co-host if he brought you down, but you just mentioned that mindset brought you down. That's not, you're not being fair, right? If you know me very well, I wanted this conversation to last till 12:30, right? Because I wanted someone like yourself and others to contribute. But saying that I brought you down, I don't think that was right for you to say that. But let's leave it at that. Hopefully, when we come back some other time, we continue the conversations. If there are things that people have said that you disagree with them, you can reach out to them and say, I disagree. If there are things you agree with them, say you agree. That's what life is all about. On that note, I wish you guys well, and I'll see you some other time. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless you. Thank you.